Hey, good evening. I'm here. Hello to Astro Zombie. And I think you're the only one out there, too. Oh, well, it's going to be a slow start, I suppose. So, anyway, get some snacks to eat, perhaps, and get some beers or some smoothies or something. Hey, what's up? It's Sunday, 5 o'clock. Oh, well. So I'm an hour late. Oh, well. Doesn't matter, really. Okay, so hey to everyone out there. And there's a link there if anybody wants to join me on the big show here. And we will talk about something, hopefully. If not, well, hey, we'll go to the restaurant and get something. So anyway, hey, let's start off with something I picked up this past week at a not a thrift store. What do you call those things? Punch shop. Yeah, I know. Yeah, hello, day tripper, and yeah, Mr. Kendall has got a date tonight. So I'm alone. But look what I got here. One of those Walt Disney's treasures things. It's Mickey Mouse. It's the later cartoons. Does it say on there someplace? The timeline. It's on there someplace. No. It's the later ones. So like roughly 1950s, early 60s, perhaps, something like that. I've seen it for $20. $20 the tin and everything. Yes. So I said, I can't pass that up because they're usually expensive. And when I got home, I looked up, like $30, $40 to $40, $50, whatever. So like $20. So I'll be watching some Mickey Mouse soon. So yeah. These were put out like way back in the 2000s or something. So anyway, yeah. James said he'd be here after dinner. Oh, I know, and it's upsetting that we don't get to watch. Exactly. And Rob Square's out there. And yeah, they were nice. They put out a whole selection of tins of stuff and cool stuff. Right, Robert?
Greetings.
Yes. Where's my button?
Hello.
There we go. Yes.
Your friend and mine, Beans.
Oh, yes, Beans. Oh.
And I was actually doing a video for Beans.
Oh, right
and
now?
I saw you, and I saw you alive, so I stopped for a moment.
Oh, I've interrupted you. I'm sorry.
It's a little difficult. Let's put it that way.
So
I'm a very emotional person. I was getting very emotional trying to record it.
So having a little bit of an interruption was maybe a good idea, perhaps. Yeah. What's this?
Hello, Day Tripper. Hello, Astro Zombie.
Yeah,
you love the singers I've shown lately.
Nice to see and check out.
Yeah, that's kind of what my channel's all about.
That's why it says
the less famous people. The obscure. That's where the obscure, the obscure comes in. Because I don't want to be the person who talks about the Beatles and the Rolling Stones and the Who and Led Zeppelin. I want to be that person who talks about Helen Schneider or whatever. The Two Hit Wonders video that I did seems to be a bit of a hit as well. I think a lot of people like that.
We don't want to hear about Yanni.
I won't. I promise you, I will not do Yanni.
Oh, you're not going to do Yanni.
No.
Oh, or James Last.
No, I don't know. Never say never. I've got so many thoughts about what I want to do, and I actually have some videos that are ready to go. In fact, I have a Disney music trivia that's been a private video for weeks now, and I just haven't posted it. So maybe tomorrow.
What's Heingie? Yes.
We're ready. We're prepared.
I was ready. Yes. I was ready. Yes. Yeah, do Heingie and maybe even Helen Reddy?
I could talk about it. Helen
Maybe.
Reddy.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you notice I'm kind of in a Disney mood today? Yeah,
I saw you showing that. Where's that from?
I got it at a pawn shop this week.
You went into a pawn shop?
I went into because they have turned in CDs. It may not
okay.
be
Okay.
It may not be the biggest bargain, but you never know what you might find. And
I wouldn't have thought to do that.
Yeah.
To go to a pawn shop to look for that.
Well, actually, we used to have a lot of pawn shops around here that I used to go in and look through this stuff. And
Yeah,
whatever.
I was about to say, let me make sure I pronounced it correctly. I don't want to say porn shop.
Pawn shop.
Pawn.
Yes.
Not porn.
But these things are expensive.
I'll bet it is.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you're familiar with these. They put them out somewhere around the 2000s, and they released all the cartoons and even all the like Davy Crockett's and Mouse Club and all that kind of stuff. So I said, look, $20. I said, I'll take it.
Yeah, that's a good price.
Yeah, I'd like to think so.
I got some bargains lately myself.
Oh, did you want to show them here?
Oh, if you want me to.
Okay, because there's not much else going on at the moment.
You know what?
So yeah, I'm gonna
hold on. Let me just get something. All right. Well, I'll show part of it now.
The real Robert S. Please stand up. Okay. Okay, go. Alabama.
41 number one hits.
3 new
I had
songs.
no idea they had 41 number one hits.
How can they have 3 brand new number 1 songs without even trying?
2 discs.
Wow. Unbelievable.
And honestly, I'm not like that familiar with a lot of these songs.
Well, it's country. I know that much.
I said, hey, if they were number 1, why not?
Why not?
I'll take a listen.
Look, George is out there. Say hello to George.
Hello, George.
Hello.
I got Michael
dear.
McDonald, Motown.
Oh, Motown. Oh, that's got to be a butchering. What does he do? Oh,
For $1.99 at Savers or Value Village in Canada.
Yep.
Why not?
$1.99.
These were all $1.99.
They have the Seniors Day at Savers, don't they? No. Oh.
When I'm a senior, I'll find out.
Well, yeah, but they used to put it.
I don't know. Maybe they do, but
yeah, it's usually posted like 20% off.
I do take advantage of the senior discount when I can. I got a haircut today, and I got a senior discount. So I should get a discount for not having a lot of hair anyway.
See, Beans did a great Michael McDonald impression.
Bobby Goldsboro,
Ooh.
all-time greatest hits. Yes, he had more hits than just Honey. Watching Scotty
What?
grow.
Oh, watching
favorite
Scotty
song?
grow, yeah.
Yeah, Autumn of My Life, Little Things. I've actually got a 2-disc greatest hits, LP, vinyl of him. But I figured, you know what? $1.99, why not?
$1.99.
And then summer.
Bad Girls. Talking about Bad Girls. Hey, where is it? Oh, number 6. Okay. You got to have that one.
And look at her. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I'll do a Tom Hunyadi.
Ooh. Yeah. On the radio. Whoa.
And I did get 2 vinyl albums. Do you want me to get those?
Yeah, well, you do that. Hang on.
Okay. It won't be long.
I forgot where the buttons were. And I'll bring up Tim Allen in the meantime. Hello.
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 Hello, Tim.
Oh, crap.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, what does that translate to? I sing them for you or something? Or I lied?
I have no idea.
And
Yeah,
somebody
he's singing
out
it
there,
live for you.
So,
you got to translate what that means. This looks pretty.
so Robert, if they paid you $1.99 to take the Michael McDonald, you still got ripped off.
Oh, dear. I am very happy.
I had it in my hand and I put it back, and then I took it out again, and I thought about it, and I finally said, "Oh, the heck with it. Let me get it."
Ooh,
Just-
who looks
just-
like a young Cliff Richard?
No, Peter Noon.
Oh, yeah.
But I actually picked up 3 albums.
Okay. Vinyl from Robert S. Oh, wait.
Vinyl.
Go. Jean-Luc Ponty.
Jean-Luc Ponty,
Okay.
violinist.
Fiddle
he was
player.
on Elton John albums, songs. Another one by Jean-Luc Ponty. Nobody's interested in these. Nobody cares.
He'll be on the next Rob.
Randy
Stewart.
Newman says he plays the little violin.
And then, just because I wanted to, Julie
There you
Brown.
go.
Is that the same
Homecoming
downtown
Queen's
Julie
got a
Brown?
gun.
Yep,
Ooh.
there it is.
Oh, there it is. Yes.
What a
Amy
funny song
Rothschild,
this is,
boy,
and
or
how
something.
incredibly insensitive and
He
non-P
was in the Mothers.
PR is it now? I mean,
Well,
you can't get away with singing a song like this now.
it was then too. I mean, it wasn't that long
Oh,
after
yeah, true.
the first big one, the I Don't Like
Right.
Mondays incident. It wasn't that long after that.
And I like stuff on the back here, like Alien Love Child, Born to Manicurist. Memorial Hospital was stunned yesterday by the birth of an infant described by doctors as 1/2 dolphin, 1/4 human, and 1/4 talk show host.
Oh dear.
The mother, pixie-ish Julie Brown, is an employee of the Curl Up and Dye Beauty Palace. Dye is D-Y-E. Already in labor when admitted, Ms. Brown claimed that the father was a visitor from outer space and that she had only been pregnant for about an hour. X-rays confirmed her statement, revealing a fetus that developed 2,800 times faster than normal. I was very careful during my pregnancy, said Mrs. Brown. I didn't smoke at all, only had 1 cup of coffee, and I took a vitamin. The infant was delivered in 6 minutes by Dr. Bob Kaufman, who said he was pleased to have his hand in the making of medical history, and added, "Boy, when I saw something in there with 2 antennae and a tail, I could hardly wait to dissect it."
So Boomer has a question here. See, Boomer wants to know who did that. Who did that? It's right
Julie
there.
Brown.
Julie Brown.
Julie Brown.
It's right there.
And I actually have like an
Absolutely.
EP or something, or a single with the Homecoming Queen's Got a Gun.
Not to be
And I-
confused with downtown Julie Brown. Completely different.
Yeah, exactly. And then it says the mother refused the procedure, stating, "There's nothing wrong with my baby. Sure, he's a little different. Like he only eats frozen goldfish and can change the TV channel without the remote control, but he's mine and I love him."
Oh, he's got Aquaman powers. He talks to fish.
So,
Woo.
Julie Brown.
Julie Brown. Holding Boomer's going to be looking for that in the
That's
next
on Rhino, isn't it?
Yes.
I know my Rhino.
There it is. Ta-da.
I know my Rhino.
A beautiful rhino.
Goddess and Pride.
But I do not have that.
Yeah.
Rhino collector that I am.
She did a parody of
Never run
Miranda.
across it. I know of it, but
Okay. Robert P's eating, so he's wisely going to not
well,
come
why
up.
didn't he come up here and eat? That's what you do, isn't it?
We're trying not to have that.
Star Trekker. I think Jean-Luc was also on Hunky Chateau.
Hunky Chateau.
Elton John album, I believe.
Dang. It's a good thing
But you know what is you're ready. You're prepared for those bugs.
Yes.
But I like to collect albums by artists associated with Elton John. Like I've got Bernie Taupin albums and Nigel Olson's albums.
Kiki D.
Kiki D.
Mm-hmm. Frank Zappa.
No.
No. Whatever.
Is he associated with Elton John?
Julio Iglesias?
John Lennon?
Walt Disney. No.
Beans.
Beans. Beans.
I'm looking. Merry Christmas.
You always
Beans.
have to have something to throw up handy, you know, like a Partridge Family album.
Oh, you said it.
Oh yeah, Christmas album. Oh, why didn't
I dug it out.
Yeah,
I had to dig it out.
that's true. It's Susan Day every day. Yeah. All right. Okay. What's going on over there? It says Neil Sedaka. Well, only if you bring some boxing gloves. Okay. Look. Robert P is here. Yay!
Hello.
Hello, Robert.
No, I didn't want to eat my dinner online.
Well,
thank you,
I
James.
think you're very
Robert.
wise in that.
Well,
But
it
I
was
have-
one little piece of chicken about that big, and then my wife had made some vegan chocolate pie,
Ooh.
and it came out okay, except for not as, I guess, as firm as it should be. And then we made whipped cream from aquafaba. It's basically the juice you get out of a can of chickpeas when you pour it out. You save the juice, and then you keep whipping it, and it becomes like an egg, like foam, like a meringue. And then you add a little bit of powdered sugar, lemon, and vanilla. Tastes just like whipped cream.
It sounds
I would be
disgusting.
afraid of opening a can of chickpeas because there'd be feathers inside.
And I would be vomiting for days.
Wow.
I've become allergic to chickpeas somehow.
Well, that's
I'm
a
pretty
shame.
sure that's what
Oh,
I'm
wow.
allergic to.
Really? Those little tiny salad
Yeah,
peas?
because my mother makes this bean concoction, and I love it. And this is over 10 years ago now, but I went to a party, and she gave the recipe to the woman that hosted the party, and I got violently ill after the party, and I figured out that's what it was. So I can't have it anymore.
Those are
I won't be making you chickpea whipped cream then.
No, don't, because I'm
But it
pretty
tastes,
sure that
it
was
tastes
what I
and looks like
became
whipped
allergic
cream.
to.
I was surprised. I had like this much whipped cream. I filled up 3 jars just from about 6 ounces of the stuff. It's amazing.
Wow.
So instead of Cool Whip, you have Soy Whip.
Kind of, but it's really good. I was really surprised. And I added a little tiny bit of, to the last bit of it, lemon flavored Kool-Aid, the kind that's unsweetened. Just sprinkled a little of that in there and whipped it up. Now it tastes like lemon chiffon.
Ooh,
Nice.
helpful hit. Even Richard Dolin doesn't know about that one yet.
I'm just sharing. It came out really well. We were surprised.
I think I'd rather take heavy cream, whip it up, and put it on Irish coffee.
I think when you see the two, you wouldn't know the difference, to be honest with you. But one is
Hello, Stephen.
we've already paid. Might as well use up everything we can out of the jar, right? Anyway,
Stephen,
that's what I had, and I enjoyed it.
Hey, we're
Hello,
scholars.
Stephen. Hello, Astro. Hello, Jack. Oh, Jack's here. Look at that.
Yeah, Jack's Tracks is out there.
Jack's
I haven't
Tracks.
seen him in a long time. There's a link up there too. But Robert P, look at this, just for you. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I need that blue one.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, that's like an off-green blue. Oh, that's cool.
Well, the camera doesn't.
Oh,
The balancing
show
act.
color, but you get everything from pink to orange to blue to green.
hey,
Green,
I'll take the green.
It's a
Yeah,
regular rainbow.
all the way from
I have the same basic thing, but that's
$1.99.
well, I'll pay you whatever you want. But that's They're hard to. I mean, they're not easy to find now. They haven't made them since 2012 that I know of.
Really?
It's got a little different design, I think, doesn't it?
It is a
Little bit,
little
yes.
bit different.
Yeah.
But this is called something. This is by Staples. I don't know the brand name of this. It says like,
Oh, okay. Well, it may
I
not
much
be
prefer
black.
the shape of Robert's
well, I don't know about that. I'm just saying, I'm going to make
curves.
blue one, and I'm going to put in the the Beatles collection, like the blue box, and I've got the 12 CDs to stick in it that I made from vinyl. I transferred to CD, and I've got them to stick in it, and I'm going to try to put a plate over this. It'll say the Beatles collection, just like you saw it on the blue box.
Nice.
You see 13 on all four sides. It's just something. I mean, it fits about maybe 12 jewel case, maybe 20 unjewel cased ones. So it's a nice little sturdy container.
I need a container like that for the discs I've gotten from you over the years, Robert.
Well, maybe Doc, Doc will hand them to me, whatever, and I'll send one to you. Besides the blue, what color would you like?
Yeah, what color do you want?
See, my brother burned that
Any
in
color
wood.
is good with me. Pink is good, or purple, or whatever that is.
My
Violet.
brother burned that in
Good.
wood for me, and he did a good job. Some kind of wood laser burner,
Nice.
And
That's
I
real
put it
nice.
on all four sides. It's on real wood. But anyway, that looks cool.
This is pink, by the way.
That
It
looks
looks
much
purple to
nicer
me.
than the Post-it note I'd put on it.
Well, what's funny is that we were talking about this a week ago or whatever, and then I'm online and I saw some other Beatle gentleman who shares his Beatle stuff. The Beatles came out with those in 2009, where they had a T-shirt stuffed in it, and then one of the Abbey Road or Let It Be or one of the digipacks stuck to it. It was a Target kind of special.
Really?
And they released like 5 of them like that. And I had no idea they even existed till I saw this gentleman's video. It's like Beetle Descano or Desano or whatever his name is.
Oh, shit. Destino.
Yeah, I feel like I know that name.
But he's got it on his site. I've been catching up with his videos. And I go, wow. And then I looked up the Cool Crate name, and I found they had an ad out. They were made in Ontario, Canada. So I sent Doc an email that morning, and I actually sent one to Tim too, just for kicks, because I thought, I forget why, but I thought he might be interested. Well, he's the one that started me on the extra Sinatra stuff, and I got this case. So anyways, I involved him, and
Tim starts a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I get blamed for everything.
I won't blame you for my Tijuana brass finesse.
Yeah, I got nothing to do with that one.
And within an hour of sending that email out, Doc in a conversation on the phone goes, "Oh, guess what I got you?" I'm like, talk about a small universe, right?
Well, I don't know, it's a coincidence or something like that. I've seen these things sitting there in the Value Village and going like, those could be handy for something. Not that I really needed them, but I thought, like, I knew you could put CDs and stuff in them. I said, I'm gonna grab these and like.
Yeah, the particular company made them around 2009 to 2012, and they used to sell specifically for LPs, of course. Almost any milk crate will, and then sold those too.
Right. Be right back.
Yeah. But there's that Cool Crate, right? So.
Well, no, this is an actual milk crate.
Yeah, I know. I have a few of those in the garage when I used to have the restaurant there, this is from.
Oh, I thought you needed these.
Well, no, I said you can bring whatever you don't want. Yeah, I'll always have room for them. You put stuff in them, not records necessarily, but that's where I used to work for 16 years. Ham Place, Coney Island, on 13 and Sheener, over here in.
Yeah, but I thought you needed a full size crate.
And I said yes, I could use one.
Oh, okay. Well, then I have one. And you know what the fun part is?
I can't use 12, but I can use one.
Here's my 45s crate.
Oh, okay.
Well, one of them anyway.
Oh, now that's a crate.
I have one of those somewhere. I don't know even where it is.
Like rope handles.
Now those you can still get, but they're ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I find a lot of these things are still available, but they're crazy priced.
I use these things for 45s. You can still find them, but generally just like in August, back to school time is when you can find them, and then they're gone the rest of the time. and they've doubled in price. Not that they're expensive, but they used to be $1. Now they're $2.50.
I'll get you my blue box.
Everything's doubling in price.
Yeah, I know.
But look at this. You can even put all the little crates in the big crate. That's amazing.
This is a crate I found at one of those like Kohl's or whatever they're called. You're not Kohl's, but I don't know what they're called. Michael's or some kind of.
Oh, okay, like a craft
or
store.
whatever, craft store.
Yeah.
And it fits LPs fine. And this is my blue box, and so my sister made me this to it's a thing you just stick on like a sticker.
Like a decal or something you can
Right,
put on.
like a decal, and you just peel it off, and it sticks on. All the letters stick on clear and rubs off just the
And
letter.
she made that?
Yeah, it's called a cricket or something, where they cut it out, the vinyl, and then you just stick them on. So there's no plastic except for the vinyl itself. So the letters are all individual, but you rub it off and it sticks on. So this is what I've been using for my quote blue box. The sides snap down, the lid comes off, and then I've got these are, I don't know if you can see them, but these are all my Japanese Beatles hard. These are expensive.
Really?
You know, these the Japanese ones. You know.
Right.
So this is my entire Japanese set, and behind the Japanese set are my BC13 transfers that I put and made covers for every single album. So all these albums will end up going in one of those blue crates, and I'll call it the blue box, and I'll put BC13 on it. And I even, let me see if I can get one out here. These are on gold disc, by the way, which are about $3 a piece for the blanks. They're actual gold. So it's just the regular cover. But then I reproduced the actual label that was on the original BC13 boxes in UK. And it's on an actual gold CD. So
24
it's
karat.
Nice.
supposedly a 300-year archive.
Wow.
But you and I won't be around to test it, I don't think.
No,
But
I
it says
think
24 karat gold archive disc, and they guarantee it to last 300 years. Like, who's going to debate them?
yeah.
I'm going to come back and check.
But anyways, I made the entire set, transferred from vinyl for myself, and I think I gave one set to our friend Paul up in Canada. And I've been looking for a box to put something else to put them in besides this huge thing every time I want it. You know, I want to separate them. Right. So now that will be my new BC13 blue box temporarily after I get all this done. One day I'm going to make a real BC13 box. There's a guy in the Philippines that he makes his own boxes, like flip tops and everything.
Great.
And he won't necessarily tell you how he does it, but he lives near a bindery. So I think he has some of the work done at the bindery, and then he puts it together and pastes it all over. And he's told me some things like what material he uses and the different thicknesses and things. And I'm ordering some from Amazon. I'm going to give it a shot.
Well, you know, we could get Wood Girl to work on this.
Well, I'm sorry. I watched one video and my wife said, "Oh,
Not Wood
Can't
Girl.
imagine why.
I think that's the last time I can watch Wood Girl." It's okay. My wife's my own little Wood Girl.
No, you can never find too many 80s. Make sure you get Baltimora to
Yeah,
put in
you
your
can watch
80s.
Wood Girl, but you can't work your wood while you're doing it.
Well, I'm going to tell you what I did today.
What-
This is the mono box. Well, the gentleman made a box identical to this, but for his black box for the stereo. And he put all the stereo digis in it, slightly thicker, but he duplicated this box almost to the T.
Wow.
And I've been looking at the construction and trying to figure out how I would do it. And I think I could probably handle it. So I'm going to try to make one of these sooner or later for not only my stereo black box that'll match this size, but maybe even a BC13 where it opens from the top like they used to. He made one of those too. So I could probably
Maybe the Cardboard Girl can help you with that.
Cardboard Girl. All I know is you can buy book binding type 2mm, 3mm cardboards, and then put it together yourself if so you have so desire. But that's what my ultimate goal would be, because to make design boxes to go with my design CDs that I make. And wouldn't you love to get a
France used to make stuff like that. But
The
he
guy in
hasn't been on YouTube for a while.
all I'd like to see is, did he show you how to do it?
No,
Oh.
no, but he would probably tell you if you asked him, if you found a way to get a hold of him. I think his channel's still up.
I'll have to take a look. I can send you a link to this other guy, but it's just interesting to see what people have done. He makes slip cases for like all his DVDs that he likes, his collections. He watches all that stuff that young people watch, and all those action things and stuff. And he makes little slip cases. It's really interesting. But he doesn't show.
Watch the Mickey Mouse.
There you go. I had all those ones.
What?
I told you. I wish I'd given them all to you instead of giving them away.
Oh, I would have crapped my pants.
I had a
I was
couple.
gonna say
of
Doc
them. I
wishes that
sold
too.
them.
Yeah. Like
They're all
20
worth
bucks
the
a
money,
box.
so I sold them.
I had every one they released at the time because I had kids, and I bought them every time they came out.
Oh wow, these things were good.
And the last one I gave away was the Davy Crockett series or whatever that was.
Yeah.
It was like 5 disc or something in a tin.
Mm-hmm.
That was the last one I gave away.
Those things were expensive when they came out.
I'm pretty sure I bought all. I think it was like 12 altogether. I can't remember, but I bought them all.
I think they even put one out for Oswald.
I did not get that one, I guarantee you.
Yeah, well, it was a last minute edition. Like, hey, let's do an Oswald tin. So I think there's an Oswald tin and or 3
Get my Oswald hat if you want.
Yeah. So.
I used to work with a woman who was related to Davy Crockett.
Really?
She was, yeah.
Wow.
I just know that there's a lot of talented people in the world, and I need to meet a few more so I can make fun things.
If anyone in the peanut gallery wants to help out, like making these little boxes, feel free to let us know. Sure.
Well, I'd love to make a little thing like a slip sleeve and put like 5 of my recreations, like the VJ set. We did make one for VJ, but we only made 25 of them. But it didn't come out as they're nice, but they're not as nice. I don't know if I ever showed you that one. Did I ever show you that one?
No, but I've got the famous Rice Krispie box.
Well, you do.
You won't get. I think that's like 1 bowl's worth in here.
Yeah. Well, you got a big bowl.
Oh my gosh! Look, Beetle Brad's out there.
Beetle Brad.
Oh,
Hello, Dave. Hello, Ollie. Hello,
Hello, everyone.
I may have missed.
I thought there was something behind me. I'm like, look. I don't know if you can see this or not, but
we'll blow it up.
This is a limited edition box.
Ooh, number 8 10.
Right. This is a gold set that there's only 8 of 10. There were only 10 made, and TieDyed Mallow was very popular in the boots back in the day, but when you open the lid, it has my company. That's why it's an overdone production, because that's the name of the company I used back in the bootleg days and even now. And you got a little thumb drive with all the artwork and all the music and FLAC file.
Paulina.
The ribbon.
Hello, Paulina.
Oh, let me see if I can do this with one hand. How you guys do videos? I don't know how you guys do that. An unsigned autograph cover, and then you got the 5. Here, let me see if I can get it out. The 5 of the VJ album. So you got
obviously
introducing with the add back, proper label, mono and stereo on 1 disc. You got. This is an actual 3/4 fold. Song Picture Story, the first album I ever owned by the Beatles.
Just like the original.
Right. And you got Beatles versus the Four Seasons. You can do your checking on the back. It's also a gatefold that opens with the poster. And you got Beatles and Frank Ifield on stage.
Not at the same time, though.
Pardon me?
Not
Yes.
at the same time.
In the inside, you get the other cover that was the first one, mustache cover. And then you've got this one. Now, mine's signed by Graham Ashford, who did the singing, because I met him. But that's original. Graham Ashford did this album. That was a VJ album, not the Beatles single, Jersey Boys. And that was still a VJ. He actually wrote me a letter and signed it.
Oh.
And then this is the British version of the same album that did. And so I made that for him too. And then he signed them and stuff. And then you get the famous Hear the Beatles Tell front and back. And then I had one I came up with myself later, and we took them all from vinyl single. This is all the singles. Sorry. All the VJ singles that came out.
Okay.
Mono and stereo.
No crate required.
Very nice.
Right. And then you got, let me see if I can get it out.
Well, it's 4 seasons during against the Beatles was unfair because you got 5 against 4.
At the bottom, you get a little double, like a booklet that comes with it. And then there's an official TieDyed Milo embossed round stamp that comes with it that can't be duplicated, except I suppose if you had enough money and wanted to, you could. So you know it's an official set. And these were also on gold disc. Now, last time I checked, these were going for about $300 to $500 a set.
Ooh.
Especially in Japan. For some reason, they love TieDyed Milo in Japan. And you can look him up in the old, bootleg catalogs and things like that. He did a lot of neat stuff back in the day. And I have worked with him in the past, in the 70s and the 80s and 90s. And that was a nice gold plate. He puts it real thick. It's like a metal plate that's engraved. Anyways, that's it. That was the only step. But it's just a plain cardboard box that we had made, Now I can do better, But,
I like it. Yes.
well, there's only 10 of these, and then there's 25 black sets. This is a gold set. And that's it. That's it for the world. And no, I will never make any more, and neither will he. So I've made some of you people individual copies of those CDs, but
Right.
Brad, come up and show us your copy.
who? Yeah, I think I did send one to Brad. Yes,
Oh,
he has a black set.
Yeah.
His is something out of 25. I don't remember. But
I like the black CDs are coming back.
I did those. Did I send you one? I thought I sent you one, Rob S. The Batman.
Yes.
It's
I
on
think you
black. The black CDs on the back end. Like the CD itself is black.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to remember. I believe so.
I did Batman and I did the Green Hornet in black. But you can't find the black CDs with the grooves on the front like they're selling these days. It has.
Yeah.
Right.
Verbatim used to make those stupid things with the fake.
Yeah, I've got a couple of those.
Yeah, I've got some of those.
Yeah, but the discs themselves, they hit any kind of light, even a standard light bulb, and they will disappear. They're not.
I have a request. He wants Old Wave in a double album.
Okay, but is there any material worth wasting my time for that?
Yeah. Dude too.
I do have the CD. I don't remember where I got it.
If you put She's About to Move Her on one CD, like 7 or 8 times, and then the rest of the songs on the other CD.
I would, Jojo, yes, I have a black one. Yeah. I'd have to go look and see where, because someone says they weren't available on CD in the U.S., so I don't know where I got mine. Old Wave.
No, but there were boots around.
I don't know if mine's a boot, but maybe it is.
You just have to go back to your large storeroom of stuff.
Pardon me?
You have a big storeroom of stuff.
Well, nothing compared to what all these other guys have.
Wow.
Oh, there was. Wait a minute. There is a legit US CD. Hang on, there is. It came out in the 90s, I think.
Okay, here's mine.
The early 90s, I think.
I made my own cover because I don't like the cover that came with the actual CD.
Yeah.
So I made a mini CD, but I'll look at the disc because the disc would be original. Let me see who made the disc.
So the Sir Douglas Quintet were awesome.
I just made my own insert.
I can't think of the company's name, but I know who they are.
It says the
Is it
right
One Way,
stuff.
maybe?
The right stuff.
Yeah, the right stuff, which is a one-way company. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that
they came out in the very late 80s or the early 90s for a very limited time. They did that, and they did Stop and Take the Time to Smell the Roses. They did those two at the same time.
there is one.
They went
with the
around for
beard.
long.
There is one I got, which is very strange, but because I like my own stuff, so I take the jewel cases and I make all my own. Like here, I make all my own covers like the originals, and then put the CDs you would have bought from the store jewel case in them with the little booklets from the store, the jewel cases. So I have every Ringo album made to look like a mini disc for myself because no one sells them. The only one I could find, and I bought this from Japan, was the Ringo one. And it's a gatefold. And that came out a few years ago from Japan, but it's about $40. Then I like, here, why not? I made it myself. So all of these I made myself based on that. But what cracked me up, let me see if I can find it. Where is it? My brain's not working. I had Rotogroover, whatever you call that.
Rotogravure.
Rotogravure. And I found out after owning it for like 5 years that it was.
Christopher.
See, I made my own little cover.
There it is.
But I got the disc out when I was making these covers, and I go, okay, I'll just put the CD and the booklet in it, and I'm going through it, and like, here's the booklet that came with the CD when I bought it off of eBay, and it looks professional, and then I'm getting the back look professional. Then I get to the disc, and I'm like,
Oh no.
it's a CDR.
Oh.
It's hard to see with my stupid camera, but I'm like, wait a minute.
That's disappointing.
It's all printed nice, like they printed it like the original Atlantic, but it's definitely a CDR. But I had it for like 5 years before I noticed it was fake, including the booklet here. This is all
You
fake.
probably see the recording edge on the back. Like where it was recorded. You see that gap at the beginning.
Yeah, I'd have to look.
Mm.
But it's a very, unfortunately for me, a very low quality CDR they put it on.
Oh no.
God forbid it hits any light.
Uh-oh.
It'll disappear in a half hour. We should remake it, but they even had the insert that looked, it all looked real.
Yeah.
Everything about it, it's clear, it's clean. But it's you can even see the cross stitch pattern, like an Amore pattern in the printing because it's a double photograph. I never noticed. I'm like, oh, this is a bootleg. Because I know it's not easy to find on CD either.
No.
So I guess I can't complain.
No, you're wrong. They're not saving Ringo's hair. His hair's fine. They're working on his nose.
Why would they want to work on his nose now?
I don't know.
It's a little late, isn't it?
Well, they should have done it years ago.
Well,
If it gets too much done, it's going to look like Michael Jackson.
Oh God,
That's true.
please no.
Wow.
Well, anyways, this is when I have spare time, I do stuff like that where I just make them the way I like to see them.
Mm.
I kind of wish they would come up with a vinyl set of just Ringo's Apple stuff. It's only like 5 discs. They come up with nice,
We'll call Apple and tell them.
nice slip cover, 5 of their
Nice
discs reproduced
crate to put them
properly.
in.
Yeah, and come on, Ringo, quit releasing EPs and release something that no one. A lot of people don't have that vinyl, right? Not in nice shape. 180 gram. That would be sweet. I'd buy it even, and I'm not a collector of vinyl.
But you'd take that one.
Well, I would, because if they make it nice.
Mm.
The one thing I didn't like about Ringo CDs in the 90s when they released them 90 to 95, they put those really ugly Apple labels on them that were like all white and then like a clear background. And they've done such a better job now using the original Apple labels. because they were really, really crappy.
Waiting for Brad to use that link and come up here, Bradley. Come on, hurry up.
Yeah, usually I can't even get on because Jim's up here munching and, you know.
Well, we've been spared that so far. So yeah, there's lots of squares here to put Brad in one. Yeah, for sure.
Right.
Sure.
Trying to find an example of that stupid app.
Even a
Yeah,
Baldy Boomer.
Robert usually has to wait until James has taken Sadie out to get on.
Well, this is the, I'm trying to find it. See, this is the dumb apple I'm talking about.
Ah,
Yeah.
It's just so ugly.
That's a
White
big apple.
background, and the apple's in terrible coloring. And that's what they did in the 95, I think this came out. And it was the Capital product. I think in the UK they use the same ones. And I said that.
Well,
It's
that's what
the-
they were doing in the 90s. The anthology albums on vinyl, the apple looks like
Yeah.
that. Well, anthology period looks like that.
And I love it so much that they went back to the original UK design for the apples because they look so much better with the black background or the dark green background.
Yeah, the BBC looks like that.
Yeah, I know it's ugly. I mean, in my opinion, okay. I'm sorry if anyone loves it, but I think they look ugly. That's like similar to the original.
sometimes they just can't get that label right. They say, "Oh, we'll change the label," and everyone,
I put that on the back of I made a little booklet for that album, and I put that on the back from the single. But the apples in America, which are funny, they had a dark green background, and the ones in the UK had a black background, which is okay with me too.
James is so.
The Americans.
You know, when James sang on here last week, I got flagged by YouTube.
What did he say? What did he say?
Yeah, James came on last week and sang Norwegian Wood.
Norwegian,
And then after it was done, all of a sudden, notification from YouTube.
You got it
Contact
in.
for James.
Wow.
I thought maybe from the like an insane asylum or something.
Well, Astro Zombie has a chance to get the RST back box set. Very cheap, like $55. Is it worth the gamble?
For what?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah.
I'm putting my Frank
yes, they're good albums.
Yeah. Okay. Meanwhile, this fellow wants to
I
join.
think
Good morning.
Hello, Ray.
good afternoon.
Yeah.
Hello.
Look, I'm Jeff standing tonight, so I'm not going to say much. I'm just going to sit here and listen and watch the records being opened. I got toothache. I'm being punished by God.
Toothache. Too many sweets.
Too many sweets, yeah.
I'm waiting for everybody to, I'm prepared today. Here you go. I'm prepared.
Oh, you're very prepared.
Oh, Christmas one.
Oh, wait.
With the envelope.
Wait, Ray, you got a whole some Partridge Family.
I was going to ask Tim, excuse me.
Yeah, I see
Are
what
you
I've
the
got.
one that has the portrait that came in the album?
Oh, I have that.
One of you guys had it. It's a physical.
Yeah, the
portrait.
first album. Yeah, I got it fairly recently.
Hello, Joe.
Yeah, I would love to find it with the portrait.
This one?
Yeah, there you go. That one, yeah.
Yeah,
Do you have a scanner?
And I have the shopping bag too.
I
have
don't
the
have a
shopping bag, too.
scanner.
I'm asking, if you don't, does he have a scanner? I mean, Mr. Robert S.
I'm sorry.
Nobody has a scanner these days.
Do I have a scanner?
Yeah. Scanning
so.
8.5 by 11 or 8 by, I could reproduce it for myself for now temporarily. I gotta have one on my wall.
Let me see what I can do.
Yeah, I don't have a scanner.
I do, but Windows 11 I just got, and it doesn't want to talk to Windows 11 like it used to talk to 10. So I have to go through a roundabout way to make it function. I only plug it in when I need it. I go grab it, plug it in, scan what I want, and scan it. But Doc had that monkey one in the back there, that red one. That was from a photograph that he found. And I had a friend in California blow it up to 19 by 13. It came out beautiful.
Yeah, it's lovely.
And I love it. It's by Jack Ross. I think Jack Ross, was it? Alex. And
Hello, Joe.
it's a nice picture. Very nice picture.
Hello, everybody.
It was
Oh,
a
Joe.
very high res solution. So
Mr. Joe. See,
Did I
that's
just
what
hear?
I'm
Did I just hear Brad?
yeah, Brad's here someplace. There he is.
I'm showing Doc his, just in case he didn't see it. This is the book
Hello.
for Doc.
Oh yeah. Nice.
And that's the Alex Ross picture in the middle.
That probably looks really good blown up.
Yeah, I blew it. I had this blown up from 19 by, I think it was 19 by 13 or 14, 19 by 14.
Yeah.
Is it
It's on
comparatively?
his back wall. Look at his back wall. You can see it back there.
Yeah, it's on the back wall back there.
Oh yes, I see.
It's got my signed album by all four, and then it's got that, and then it's got another monkey one. But anyway, this is the one I just made for you, Doc.
Terrific. Ooh.
But I wanted you to have that, then you got the album.
On Cold Gems. Nice one.
Well, I can't put Rhino on it.
Yeah. Alex Ross does stuff for Marvel too. He's whoever will pay him, he will do. Oh,
I don't sell anything.
Oh, that Roto Diversity is not a bootleg. It's a manufacturer on the demand release. Yeah.
I'll take your word for it, but they could have used a better CDR.
It's still CDR that's lousy.
If it's not a bootleg, it looks nice. I'm not kidding you. But even the artwork from the back, you can see the Amore pattern like it was a copy of a copy, but a good one. And it was clear, but you can still see it like if I had copied it and reprinted it. But I was glad to have it, so I can't complain. I don't think I paid more than $13 for it. It's like the old Wave one. The old Wave one wasn't cheap, technically, but I had to be complete.
Anybody want to buy some cool crates? Only $10 each.
Sure. I only want one.
I told you I'd pay for them. Don't be selling them.
Yeah, I got them cheap as you can see. Yes.
I'll give you $100.
Yeah, 100 pennies, 200 pennies. Good stuff.
How'd the show go, Joe?
Oh, it was a lot of fun. Hello. By the way, I'm going to be talking to you later. That's what I'm not. I appreciate so much. You had the help that you were giving me.
I'm just trying to make it sure that you knew that whatever you need to do can be done on something new. It's just that you may need a little training over the phone since I can't be there. But don't go paying no geek a lot of money. Because they charge like $50-$60, maybe even more an hour, and I can do it a little bit when you have time over the phone. I can get it straightened out for you. I've already downloaded the program. I can mail it to you and tell you how to load it and everything.
So no young geeks, just the old ones.
Well,
what's going on? I know Ray's here. I got up the same time Ray was here. He said his tooth's bothering him.
Yeah, he's sleeping in a bed or something.
Bad tooth and
Hello.
tooth missing.
A tooth's missing?
Yeah, they pulled it out. I thought they was just going to replace the crown, but they just dragged it out and left me in agony.
I might have to have that done. I'm going to the dentist tomorrow to look at when to pull out.
Well, if it's the back or the side, just leave it out. Forget about it.
Well, I was thinking about that, but I want to chew my steak properly. So I've got to have
it's a good. It depends what tooth it is. This is a good chew area. But actually, you could chew your steak. Don chews steak. Don, the homeless fella, he chews steak if it's tender.
Yeah, with as many people giving donations, you can afford steak.
I know, but when I'm in a restaurant, I don't want people looking at me like Mr. False Teeth.
Where do you buy gummable steaks?
Geriatric dribbling at his food.
I forgot I got to go there tomorrow. Jeez.
Yeah, I got hit in the mouth with a baseball bat and had to replace these 3 in front. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done it if they weren't in front.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
A pair of fangs.
He keeps those bats away from his wife.
I think Joe.
Well, that was when I was a teenager. We were,
I know.
Hello, Martin. I don't want to take.
Piper.
I don't want to take too much time here, but for some reason, Martin, stop it! I didn't block you, mate. I don't understand it. I know he thinks I'm lying. I just don't get.
Hello, Calvin.
What do you mean, and the others?
Calvin Walvin, what's up?
I like how Doc is an other on his
I
own chat.
I know it's kind of like the old Gilligan's Island, and the rest.
And it's Doc's show.
That's unfair. Oh well.
Hello.
Anyway,
I was hoping you'd be on today, but I wasn't positive, and I understand.
Yeah, I didn't think you'd be on.
oh, gee, everybody has
Yeah.
dental problems. Whoa. Jeff is on a date tonight. Woo-hoo.
Wow.
Having caps cost like $1,200.
Wow.
Don't they? Oh my gosh!
Doesn't he know
Yeah,
somebody's
more
promoted
even.
to
You
Doc?
know.
I
If it wasn't
know.
for this, I would have nothing done with my teeth. That was the only problem. I still have the same filling from 1968. I've had no other since.
Actually, the professor was part of the rest too. Like,
Right.
can't we even show up at the second season? Finally, the professor and Marianne. Like finally. Shit. Bob Denver
Beetle
went-
Brad, when are you coming up here?
I
Beetle
don't
Brad.
know.
There's no
Where-
room left for Beetle Brad.
There
Fancy
was
showing
one.
your collection.
Yes.
Fancy showing your memorabilia.
There was room, but he
Yeah.
left. By now, and Robert will do it. Operate standing by.
Operator standing by.
Oh, no, I don't know have a do it. What do you call that? He said earlier. Do it to order or something. What was it? Made to
1,500
order?
per cap. Whoa.
No, I don't have a made to order system going on here.
This is why I don't go to the dentist. I haven't been to the dentist in.
Hey, look, I don't go unless I have to, Doc. I mean, I really don't. That's why probably I avoid it. What are you gonna do, man? I had a tooth in the front. One of the two front teeth half of it broke off less than a year ago, and he was able to bond the other side. Didn't have to get a false tooth.
And put a cap on it.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
I had a tooth break. Must have been 5 years ago. Eating cereal of all things. I'm like, oh my
Right.
gosh, it's a piece of
You don't need
tooth.
anything else.
right.
and I'm sitting there like, I broke a piece of. Oh hell.
Yeah, do you get toffee fee over there? Because it's I
Yes,
love
it is.
It's
That's
like-
the zombie.
It's a
and
phosphate.
I've just been eating too many, and I had two teeth or two crowns get pulled out by eating these toffee fee.
Oh no.
Now, isn't
Yeah,
it free over there?
You gotta be careful with that stuff.
No, it ain't. No,
There's
because
nothing
you can't-
free in the world.
because it's 1984 at the moment. No one can get an appointment anywhere because the third world has moved
1984.
into to take our places. So we have to go private. It's not cheap.
Nope.
But
Go to
insurance covers
India.
most of it.
It's cheap in India.
It's going to be 300 tomorrow. Just have the guy X-ray this. I'll make it quick. What happened was back in March, my regular dentist had to do a root canal. He went into a molar back there. He was able to get a couple of roots, but some of them were so deep he couldn't find them, couldn't get to them. So we said, we'll continue this another time. Then I wound up having a situation with my girlfriend, a situation with me, all this kind of nonsense the last 6 months. So we had problems. Now I went back to him to finish the job. This is like 7 months later. He said, at this point, I just have it pulled. I'll give you the number of a guy. Just have it pulled at this point. So that's why. So I got to decide. I don't know what I want it pulled or saved. Yeah.
No, that's a dirty trick dentists use, especially private ones. Because I went, they said, "Oh, we might be able to take this, keep this nerve if we can locate it." And guess what? Come the third visit, when they'd done loads of treatment, they said we can't locate the nerve. We'll have to pull it out. And I thought, you fucking you bastards!
Whoa.
I knew they'd do that. You've got to watch out for
They
these.
had two more payments on the card.
Pull the damn thing out.
Well, the way I understand it is, you see, I don't know if that's the case, because in this case, if the guy was able to finish the root canal, then he would have continued to put a post on it and a crown on it, and that would have been whatever it is, $1,600. Whereas if to just have it extracted is only $300. You see, at least here. I
Yeah,
don't know
but
what
what
do it
happened
for
to me? I went to the dentist, and she's a new one, and I thought, oh, blah 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 blah, and then she said, well, oh, we're going to do this, and we're going to
Aaron,
do
bring
that.
me the pliers.
Yeah, I says, all right, save my tooth. Save it. And then she just, by the time we'd finished, and she says, oh, can't find the root. And I thought, we've got x-ray machines, everything. Can't you do nothing? No, blah, 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 blah. So we're going to have to do an implant. And I says, I didn't want an implant. I wanted a crown.
Right.
That was where the problem was. Otherwise, it was extract the tooth, but she still got a pound of flesh out of me.
I was thinking the same thing, DC. I was about to say, if you're just tuning in, welcome to Doc's Dental Chat.
That's why, you know, I mean, you're
Old
talking
men.
about an implant. An implant is more expensive than a crown. And if they extract the tooth, you have two choices, right? Either to leave it empty, which I've done for two in the back. I got two empty ones in the back, but don't matter because they're way in the back. Or get an implant, which is more expensive than a crown.
And don't
Well, my
you just love when
insurance
you're in the
covers me.
chair and they
I
hit
have
your
90
nerve and they say, "Did that hurt?"
Too late now.
Maybe you can
90%
use a 3D
for a
printer and make a
crown
model of your
and
tooth.
nothing for implant.
Now, I told my friend the other day, I said, we used to talk about chicks and cars, and now we're talking about what medications we're on, your health plan, how's your retirement going?
Yeah,
But we're
yeah,
still
that's how
thinking
it is.
about
You
chicks
know,
and cars.
you gotta
No,
talk
listen,
about it.
listen. I'm sorry, Robert. I don't want to start you off. I know we like to talk about sicknesses and ailments, but listen, this new McCartney box, and I'm thinking to myself, it's pretty annoying, very annoying. But I couldn't understand the "I Am Your Singer" single. It was
Ta-da.
annoying. It didn't have a label. I mean, why call it a promo or why give it a white label? Why not just give it Apple label? And
I don't
why
have it.
did you know
What do you
the
want
man
for
was
only $600?
Listen, the man was going to be released as a single. Why did they put that out? I know why they did put it out.
Oh, that's stinks.
Well, did some people get different promos though?
Yeah,
They
the
didn't
pro-
get all the
Yeah,
same.
well, test pressings.
Yeah, that one was never
Yeah, it was
released, so they didn't.
The man's sweetest little show,
Put it
wasn't
like
it?
it would have been, which was a test press.
This is the man. Hey, I hate a lot of Paul songs, and I'll say so. And by the way, Ray, I'm not in Sean's back pocket. This is such nonsense. I was defending Yoko before I even knew that I was making a channel, before I ever talked to Sean, when I was like 18 years old.
Listen, whatever you say, it's a cross you've got to bear. You can't get away
No,
from it.
you're just looking for material. That's all.
Hey, listen, there's plenty of material without looking at you. I don't even want to tell you where I've been, but I can tell you I've heard some nutty comments about
Yeah,
things.
there was a lot. Nutty is right.
Isn't it amazing how they can print this
I think
way
I'm the
up
only
on
sane
that
one in
tray,
the room.
still pack it upside down?
Yeah, right. They packed it upside down. I got it.
That's just
Well, yeah. Well, no, actually, it was. I'm sorry, it was packed right side up. It was put on my step upside down. The whole carton.
Oh,
That's because they can't read.
I'm a delivery guy.
I don't care. What am I paying? What am I giving a $50 a year tip for?
They don't deserve
$50?
Well, my girlfriend gets tons and tons of parcels, so we chip in. She gives 25. I give 25.
But how do you know who gives it? Like there's 100 different delivery people.
No, this is the one person here. I know this.
Oh, okay.
I worked with this person.
Well, you're talking about Mayo person, not just.
Yeah, right.
Amazon. If you get $50 to everyone that come to my
Well,
house,
Actually, let me get back. This was FedEx.
Hmm.
FedEx.
Oh no,
So you
Kevin James that did it. Oh
you can't blame the U.S. Postal Service.
no.
Where is James Lennon tonight? Is he coming up maybe, or maybe we see him chewing a steak?
he might if one of us go away.
Well, as far as I know, he's not about it.
Hey, listen, me and
When
James
4 o'clock came
Lennon,
and went,
we're
he
good
figured
friends.
Doc wasn't coming up.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
a
James is
walking-
probably already in bed. It's
Okay.
6 o'clock, for God's sake.
Doc has decent skin tone. You guys got a warm color. Mine looks like I'm dead. I don't know what kind of camera you all have. I don't understand.
Martin
Whatever's in
McGrath,
my computer.
you take that too literally. People take that too literally. I'm just trying to learn you something. That's all I'm trying to do. Of course, you knew who the Beatles were as a group. I mean, for God's sake, I mean, it makes sense to me, you know. But
Here we are. Here we are.
no, here we not are,
Who's
because a lot of
paying
people
you?
make up a lot of stupid lies like that. A lot of idiots that I see. People alert me and say, "You got to see this dopey comment. You got to see that dopey comment." So I go over and look. What a bunch of dopey comments. You can look a whole bunch of Yoko disagreements on any one of my Yoko videos. There's plenty of people that disagree with me about Yoko. You just got to be civil about it. That's all.
Civil is good.
Too much
So
love.
people say, "Oh, you disagree about Yoko? You're blocked." No,
It's Christmas. Be
no.
civil.
Well, do you want to hear something positive? I like Robert's cap.
What is
It's
it?
very nice.
It's,
Yeah, it looks like
Coney-
you're the captain of a yacht from a distance. Now you
it's
show me
the
the
Sam
logo.
Place, Coney Island.
It's a bit
Do you know what
tacky.
Coney Island is out there in England?
Not as
Do they have
tacky as that
Coney Island?
revolver cap.
Coney Island is a restaurant in Detroit.
Well, they're restaurants everywhere, but I didn't know if they had them in England. Like they just serve hot dogs with chili on them and stuff. You know, call it Coney Island.
Oh, it's Hat Day. What we
No.
got?
Did they come from New York? And you guys got Coney Islands out
Doesn't
there?
fit on
too?
my the headphones.
Some of your stuff's too sickly to make its way over here. That's the problem.
Well, I did it because I had a bad hair day.
I have one here. Let's go, brand. Oh, forget it. I won't put that one up.
I kept watching these videos with Ron Howard yesterday, and the guy's still wearing the same cap for 17 years. So I
Oh,
figured,
dear.
Can't afford a new one.
Oh man, Beetle Brad, you need to come up and show your memorabilia and your cars and stuff, man.
well, a lot of people don't know what a Coney Island is. I don't know why. It's just
Everybody
a hot
remember-
dog with chili.
Beans,
Onions
remember beans?
Beans.
Still have mine.
Beans. Beans. Ray, where's your beans button?
Hey, everybody's got
Well,
a beans button. I didn't know that. We should do this instead of the Partridge Family.
Well, I usually wear it here when we have a talk.
It's a horrible looking badge. It's no respectful thing to bees. I could do a much better badge than that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but everything
Yeah,
you're
why
just
don't
a
you?
naysayer about everything, man.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm just being, a perfectionist. I'm sorry about that. I'm a Capricorn. That's better.
Oh my god.
Oh well, okay.
It's better than I can do.
Is that a self-portrait? Where'd that come from?
I said beans. That's his beans.
Beans.
I won't
There's
say
an
who did
artist
that.
amongst us.
I didn't draw it, but I'm not going to say.
This is for my other dead friend John, who died in March 21.
Ooh.
My best friend in the world, and he's gone.
Oh, it's horrible. Sorry.
This is him. This was his. It's the only thing I have left of his. That and the pillow up there, but I'm not going to go get it. There's a guitar pillow up there.
Brad has a beans button.
Have you got a revolver pillow though? That's the question.
I don't collect a lot of that. Nothing against it. I just don't have the
Yeah.
wherewithal to collect every little piece of talcum powder and everything else. I just don't.
I just learned something. Thank you, Martin. I'm going to start collecting the talcum powder. It's interesting.
I have one of it. Somebody sent me that. I mean,
That's the Planet of the Apes letters, right, Ray?
What's he do? What's that doing in your possession?
Matt sent me this as a gift last Christmas.
He was trying to exorcise the demon in his life.
Wait a minute. Are you telling me he gave away the gift you sent him? Is that what happened?
No, I think he had those made.
Oh,
Someone had them made. He had more than
Ray
one.
did.
Well, that's fraudulent, then. I mean, that's no. Yeah, I'll give him the address.
I shouldn't be showing this stuff.
Gotta watch
I'll
out.
give him the template.
Top Cat,
Okay.
Benny the Bull.
I told Joe about that.
No, somebody else told me. Plastic EP told me that.
Told you too.
Oh, don't do when Ray's on. Oh, jeez.
I'm trying to find. There you go. I can't get it in right.
Yeah,
now.
Plastic
Top Cat,
EP already said
That's
told me
Joe.
that. Yep, Benny the Bull, whatever his name is.
That
Benny
little
said.
pet. He reminds me of Joe. You watch
Yeah,
the
but
cartoon.
Yeah,
when you watch
Plastic
the
EP.
cartoon-
Oh, Jesus.
I heard you.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm the second guy then. Maybe the third. I don't know.
But you thought about that on your own, so
Yes,
I must
I
look
did.
like him.
I don't know who the hell Plastic is. But when you watch the show, that's when it reminded me of you, not just seeing the
Oh,
picture.
what do you know?
It's his attitude and the way he walked around and his voice. I said, that
Oh.
reminds me of Joe. Watch a cartoon.
Wow.
I remember
but
the introduction,
Benny's
that's all I
quite a
remember.
useful bloke to have around the town. You know, he sort of says he warns Top Cat that
What's
Officer Dibble's
his
coming
name,
here.
Doc? You know the name. Is it Benny?
Mayo cat.
Oh, cat.
Is it Benny?
Benny the
Benny
Ball.
something.
Ball.
Yeah. So that's the
Benny
one. You
Ball.
go watch a show, and then I'm like, that's Joe. It's a good thing. Don't think of it as a bad thing.
Here, Benny
I
the
don't.
Ball.
Benny the Ball. Okay. Yeah.
Well,
What? It is.
it's not as good as Tom Cruise Cat, though, is it?
I don't know what that means, but hey, I remember this in the '68 or whatever when it came out, but I haven't seen it in 100 years. And then Doc blessed me with this, and so therefore I was watching all the videos with Hunter. And I said, "Hey," the minute I saw that character, you know,
It's a good.
Yeah, I bet people Brad's got Fritz the Cat.
I know who you're talking about or what you're talking about, but I've never seen a copy
You
of it.
don't have Fritz the Cat? What?
No. I haven't watched pornography since I was like 20.
You know what?
Pornography.
The closest he ever got was Wood Girl.
Yeah.
No,
Tell
I
him-
guess you could.
tell
I
him
did.
what-
I did see one Wood Girl. Yes, I did. She was
Tell him the
cleaning something.
importance of Fritz.
She looked. It was a nice young lady. There's no doubt about it. I like.
There's a lot of Wood Girl knockoffs out there.
Oh, they're starting.
Oh, there's-
Wood Girl.
yeah.
There you go. Tim's got her.
They
Get
put
Tim off
Wood
now.
Girl in the titles just so, like, if you put Wood Girl in the thing, it'll bring it to these other knockoff people. So like
I just can't
everybody-
believe how many out there. Like they even have girls that I guess I've seen it where they try on bathing suits for show you, and they do other stuff. And I'm like, anything to get the money coming in.
Wood Girl. Wood Girl.
Also, babe.
I don't. She makes.
That's a better name, isn't it? Balsa Babe?
There you go. There's a new one. Start it up, Joe.
Oh,
Hire a girl,
I just,
put on
I
videos,
just
and you
got
get
the
to.
official word. James is off to watch TV and then bed.
Oh, sorry, Jane.
What? How about Hickory
Rufus the
Honey?
Bear is a knockoff.
We missed.
Oh. Maybe we better not get into that. Hey,
I want to be Santa Claus.
how many of you kids watched that? If the Walls Could Sing,
I
Haven't
did.
seen it yet.
I did.
I watched it last night.
I'm watching it this evening when my wife goes to sleep because it's something she's not interested in, but I'll watch it.
It was very educational. And I learned a lot.
I didn't
You know,
know Billy,
yeah,
what's
It
his
was
name?
kind of
Jimmy Page?
Beatle-centric, but I didn't mind it all. You know, because really, without the Beatles, we'd go Abbey Road. What's that? You know?
No, of
I
course.
don't know if it would have been called Abbey Road or sold an EMI. It would have been sold off.
Right.
Well, yeah, you know, it came very close to being closed.
Hmm.
It was
Would have been a car park, they said, right?
not
I
called-
bet I know the 5% Paulina didn't like.
Oh, I'm sure I know it too.
Oh,
Yeah,
probably didn't like the
that's
Kanye.
pretty easy.
But it was filmed way before all the other stuff happened. I don't know if you can go back and change.
Boy played there. Yeah.
Yes, they did. I mean, a lot of our albums in our collections were recorded there.
No, but of all the good music that was recorded at Abbey Road, all of a sudden Kanye. It was like, what?
Yeah, it was so hysterical, so funny.
Like that.
It's like, go
We're
away.
going to remember
Just
John
go away.
Williams and his scores. We're going to remember Pink Floyd stuff. We're going to remember all that stuff. And are we really going to?
I really liked the Pink Floyd bit. That was good. And also, Jimmy Page, that young footage of Jimmy Page.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
No, I took that as educational. Like Jimmy Page being a session guitarist, like even what 1965 or 6, whatever that was.
Goldfinger?
Yeah, no, 64.
Yeah.
Jimmy Page probably, he won't admit it, but Jimmy Page probably plays lead guitar on the Kinks. You really got me. That's probably Jimmy Page, but he won't admit it.
Okay, but the
Haven't you
story
ever
that was
seen
told
that?
about Page and Shirley Bassey on Goldfinger at the same time.
He
You
was.
know?
He'd been
She had
going
to hold
since
the
the late
note.
50s.
The late
Yeah.
50s.
Yeah, well, he's on TV in an old British show. Like, he's really posh. He's saying, "So tell us what you do with your guitar." And he's saying, "Well, I do." It's out there if you look for it.
Yeah.
And that was the
We don't
50s.
need the Kanye part. Just
Yeah, he
lock
tries
that
to
up.
hide it because it's not very rock and roll.
Ray,
But I'm
have
saying,
you
even if it
tried
wasn't
it?
that recent
Yes,
garbage, that not that
Peter
stupid,
Brad, listen to
that
me.
stuff, I still wouldn't want him on Kanye, even if it wasn't for that, even without that stupid new crap he pulled.
Listen, this is a very, very important question. I have
Oh,
to answer this. Beetle Brad, this is the best question I've heard all year. I have been to Abbey Road. I went in 1983 when I was 16, and I forced my mate Jezov to come along because I don't know where I'd read it, but there was an advert saying,
Jizz-off.
"Come and see the Beatles studios."
Mhm.
And we sort of went there, you know, like I said, I didn't have time to realise the magnitude of it because it didn't open again after that. It's never been open to the public since then.
Yes, it
But
has.
for about a month or 2 months, like, you know, before you could go in there, and they had about, I think it was about 100 people a pop, and there was two showings a day, and I thought this bloke looked like they showed a really naff film there, and they had like old Hurricane Smith, and at the time his face was annoying me because he looked like a Cowardly Lion, and then my mate fell asleep because he said he didn't like black and white. And then I brought my dad had this tiny little tape recorder, so I smuggled that in. They caught me and they said, "You're not supposed to bring things like that in." Then there was a big argument. Some cockney bloke or somebody was shuffling around and they said, "Oh, don't go near the stage yet. Don't go." And it said, "Yeah, sit down or fucking make you sit down." And it all sort of, and then everything settled down. And we sat there and he fell asleep. And then they took away all the bits and we could go and touch Ringo's drums. I don't know about the guitars, what was there and everything, but I know it was Ringo's drum set there. So I touched it. And then we left and we didn't take a photo of the day because we asked some Japaneses to take a photo of us and send it to this address, but they never did. So that was it. That was it.
Well,
But I
there
did
was
hear
some
for the
inferior.
first time.
Go ahead.
Wait, I did hear for the first time While My Guitar Gently Weeps
That's what I was
and
going
Not
to say.
Guilty. Yeah.
Right. There was some
Well, you know,
inferior bootlegs around of that time taken by somebody. Was it you, Ray? With an audio tape recorder that sounded like a million miles away. Remember those early bootlegs?
Yep.
Yeah, there was a two CD one, or two record one just called, I think it was just called the Abbey Road Tour or something like that.
Yeah.
I
I remember
remember.
getting it in when I was working in a record store. We got it in.
Sure.
Cool.
Ray was a lot younger then.
Yeah.
When I was younger,
We're
so
older
much
than
younger
that now.
today.
Oh, there are bootlegs of that shown on YouTube.
You know, I know
Watch
it opened
anything.
up a whole new world for us once they released. What was the gentleman's name that died? John Burnett, that ended up dying of cancer. He was the first one to go through all those tapes and help make that show.
John Barrett.
Barrett, that's right, John Barrett. And if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't have half the stuff we have today. That's for sure.
Yeah.
What did Mary McCartney actually do for that show?
Directed.
He hosted it. I guess it was her idea too.
She's just a director. She listed, I believe, as a director.
So
Right.
she like she had
So what does that
nothing to do-
mean? Directing in a case like that? What is that?
Yeah,
Well, it's not a movie, but it's a documentary thing.
What?
There you go. The John Burnett tapes.
Turn me on, dead man.
Those are. He had to take everything home because he was dying and listening to everything. That was a really cool idea.
Yeah.
Then he made safety copies on
Good
cassette. Somehow got
Some of
lost.
this still isn't released.
Is it 2 CDs or 4? I can't remember.
2. Mine's just 2.
I have it somewhere buried here.
somewhere in the vast vault of Robert P. It's in there somewhere.
I've got, unfortunately, somewhere taped, if not on hard drive, every bootleg ever made, I think. But I used to do that for a business from the 70s on, 1977 on. I used
Tim
to do
Martin would like you to explain those CDs.
what? Oh, Tim.
It-
Well, the whole
it-
stuff is out now. I mean,
well, no, there's still a few things that aren't out now.
they've been edited or changed.
But most of it was covered on Anthology, although a lot of it was changed and altered for Anthology.
Edited.
You can't go for $10.
I don't know if you can see that. Probably not.
What's this?
Like 4 different That Means a Lot.
Yeah. Stuff like
Is
that.
this the Abbey Road thing?
I think no.
Terminal.
This is John Barrett, though, the guy that did it.
He took a lot of the stuff out before they were
Like,
making
is
that.
Every Little Thing on this? Every Little Thing's still never been released. That's on one of these, I know. I don't know if it's on this one.
No Leave My Kitten Alone or anything like that. I saw Not Fade Away listed. That'd be interesting.
I think some of the most interesting things are the attempts to put like She Loves You in stereo.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's a couple people did some really good jobs. I know Dr. Rabbit did a good one.
I'm
Someone
just
from
thinking about him. Robert,
Horses, Hoops, and Fire. The guy that did that. You ever had that bootleg?
What's the name of
Horses,
it?
Hoops, and Fires.
No.
No,
There's a
not
stereo
by
out
that
there
time.
that's phenomenal. I mean, now they can do it even better, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But for back in the 80s to do it, I think the Men and Horses, Hoops, and Fire bootleg has the best stereo track I've ever heard of She
Yeah.
Loves.
One of the She Loves You's on here is pretty good. I can't remember
Pink
which
Floyd.
one and one isn't.
How do you take? How do they do that? How do you make a stereo like that out of the mono? What do
Well,
you do?
these days you remix it, but then you just played with the EQs of each channel. You put one lower, one higher, maybe add a little reverb.
What a lot of people
With the
did back
buttons.
then too is when we made the one we made,
Paulina knows.
we took the German version and then the American version,
Oh yeah.
put them
Yeah.
together because it was still
Okay.
all music on one channel, all voice on the other, and so you had to slow down and equal the pitches. Because they were different pitches. And
Yeah,
you
the
can make
German
it-
one is in stereo.
Yeah,
It's in
but they're
stereo,
also-
but the voices are all on one end.
and they're two different recordings. So
You got to play with
like
it.
I Want to Hold Your Hand, which is the same recording. She Loves You is not.
You got to really play with it to make it right.
But I like some of those songs. Like I Want to Hold Your Hand in mono better in that case, I guess.
Oh, FitToBe
I like
TieDyed.
true stereo that we finally got in 85 it took before we got a true stereo of.
But you know the one I mean. I always do that thing when you see it on one speaker, you hear really the beginning opening on one speaker of the music. It just goes very, it's very ding 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 ding. It does ding. It's like, oh, that's terrible. And then the vocals shoot over the other side. I gotta have it together.
Paulina is the new Peter Jackson.
Oh, they've
Yeah.
got tons of it. I've seen it. There was a gentleman.
I've heard her stuff. It's good.
Oops, wanted.
There was a show yesterday on YouTube I watched where they took John Lennon singing "Let It Be" from the outtakes of Get Back, but you could barely even hear John because it's like way in the background. They used that new technique. They dropped everything out and brought his voice up and then added the music back, and now it sounds just like it was done forefront. And it's amazing what they're going to be able to do.
Yeah, submarine.
It's great.
No
Well,
one cared. No one cared.
They're going to be able to isolate Mick Jagger, and all you need is love.
All I do is want to hear stuff in true stereo or mixing nice as they can. Even without that technology, people are doing a great job on some of it, like the 2016 mono to stereo stuff that Mir Spock did was fantastic.
Ringo is quite stylish. You all know that. See, Paul
You can
singing
afford
with Robert Fields.
Am I on mute? Oh, yeah, I can see me moving.
I did stereo
My
remixes
head
of
moving.
everything up to Revolver like a couple of years ago.
Well, anyone could have done a better Rubber Soul one, that's for sure.
Mm.
Rubber Soul sucks. I can't stand it. Now, Help's just a bad, like a little muddy.
Bonjour.
The stereo's not bad, but the muddiness of it. I'm hoping they will correct that.
Yeah, help is well, the U.S. help is the worst.
I got the 65 that
Sounding
came with the
Help.
mono set. That's probably the best one I've heard. Is the actual 65 release that they released on CD on the mono set, which is odd because it's a mono set, but they give you a bonus of Rubber Soul and Help original stereo mix because
Yeah.
Martin took those and tried to fix them in this 87, 88.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
like
no,
hearing
those
the
are pretty
original.
good.
Well, give it another 5 years. There'll be a whole
But-
new slew of remixes that we all rush out to buy.
Do you guys know why Help in America sounded so bad?
Yeah, you said about that. I forgot what you said. Fall
It was
down.
recorded.
Capitol was in such a hurry.
Oh,
They didn't have the stereo mixed yet in the UK. They only had the mono, and Capitol's like, okay, we'll just take the mono. So they sent the mono, and they did their stupid reprocessing thing that they always did for fake stereo, put echo on it and all that stuff. Okay, made the stereo one, and then they folded this awful stereo one that they made down to mono, and that's what we got. We didn't even get the real mono mix. We got their
I
crappy
can't get a word in
folded down
edgewise.
reverb
That's why.
stereo.
Yeah,
They
was
did the
horrible.
same thing with the stuff from yesterday and today. The 3 songs they got, they just had the mono. They made it fake stereo, and then the
Yeah.
mono was crap again.
Yeah.
Stop talking about American albums we don't understand over here. Talk
Well,
English.
I
There
still
were
like
a
'em.
couple that are worth having. If you run out, meet the Beatles, but get the Canadian version, and then second
I've
album.
got them
and
all,
that-
but they're rubbish. A lot of them.
We did better.
I love them. Hey, folks, I got
But
2
it's good.
videos. Look them up. Defending the U.S. albums. Thank you.
But I have got the what is it? The all the stereo and mono ones. I nicked them when I could. Oh, that's good. Is this
Where's-
Fraggle Rock?
There he is. I told you I'd try to my Grover impression. Let's see if I can still remember how he. Hey, it's Grover. Wait, it's Grover. Grover? Is that? I don't know if that sounds right.
That
or
sounds
not.
more like Scooby Doo.
Grover.
No, that's Grover.
Grover. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Cookie
right.
Monster doesn't take my cookies. I told him,
Do Grover. Go through the drive-in at Burger King. Is Grover.
get the fuck out of my way, my cookies. Anyway.
Can I have a name for the
I
order,
like
please?
my-
Grover.
I did used to. I think that's Grover right there. That's Grover. He was my
Michael
favorite.
Horland.
I'm not ashamed either. These days I like it. I hated it originally. I hated it when I first heard it, but
I'm sorry. I still like the original stereo.
Don't forget
It's my
Hark.
favorite album.
Hark is a good
We
album.
did have this a lot before. We had this a lot time before Revolver, at least 3-4 months. So I really got used to this album a lot. And of course, when you got the American Revolver, because we didn't have the
Right.
European available
and
to
you
us.
didn't need them.
This was a
And-
killer album when you got it. 'Cause everyone rocked. I mean, this rocked from beginning to end almost till you hit Act Naturally and you had to go get a coffee or something.
Psycho Splatters is
I
like.
can't believe they opened side 2 with Act Natural.
It's like making wheat tea.
Well, actually, it's, And Your Bird Can Sing, I think, is what.
Oh, is it?
That's
I
a-
thought
that's
it
a
was-
good-
I
that's-
thought they opened side 2 with
That's a
it.
great opener. See, Capitol had a lot of good ideas that Beatles should have
Try
thought
My
of.
Car and Your Bird Can Sing. But no, this was a great album. When I remember getting it when I was like 7, 8 years old. I got it. Not like this, unfortunately. But
That was the first Beatle album I ever bought myself.
Revolver was my first, and then I got Rubber Soul after that. It's my second. Well, my first ever got was that song Picture Story. I got it from my babysitter. And I still have the original one.
Yeah,
See,
yeah, I had Beatle albums, but the first ones I ever bought was.
Yeah, there's a difference with albums that compiled by the actual band or albums made up by the record company. So like 2 different things. The way the band wanted it to be released. Like, yeah, the sequencing and which songs go on where or whatever.
Well, that
Same happened.
America did what they did by contractual. I mean, they would have had to pay somebody more money, and they weren't willing to do it. They were allowed
Yeah.
what 11 songs tops. That was it.
12 once in a while, but 12 would be
Right.
the
Doesn't bother
absolute
me. I don't
max.
know where that. Whatever. I know 14 you're getting. Then when you're getting 14 tracks, what do they call that? In a groove distortion as you get to the end of it. The more
Well,
Yeah,
not
tracks.
back
because
then.
the albums were still only about 34 minutes
Yeah,
long.
back then you
Right.
got 22 minutes aside
I mean,
without
you know,
distortion.
so many Americans just had a great time in Beatlemania. They didn't go crazy. So we don't got 14. You know, they didn't. They didn't even like know any bit different,
No,
right?
We
you
didn't.
We had,
didn't know.
I
But you
had
don't know
no,
it won't hurt you, I guess.
I didn't see my first one until I was probably 15 or 16 before I went to the import section and actually
Yeah,
saw my
same
first
here.
import. And I go, what is this? You know,
Oh yeah, and back then I was like, oh, I had to have all the imports. So I was like,
then I went and they were not twice as much, but they were quite, instead of $4.99, they were $6.99 or something.
Ooh,
Oh,
does anybody have the footage of Ringo going over the waterfall? Does anybody have that?
I delete. No, actually, my computer, my laptop folded, and there's information trapped in there. One day, I'll get it out. But there's a lot of clips of Beatle movies there, which have
Well, Paulina, you wait a week and you should have
over
that
a walk.
to make
Oh,
part of
okay.
your video.
I think I have the sound effect of Ringo going over the waterfall.
Go ahead.
No, I want to see that shot of him when he's. You know, I forgot to do that since I've been on here. And they're
We
fooling
gotta
around
get-
upstairs again.
Oh,
So Brad has the video.
that happens quite
I'm
often.
afraid
Yes,
we're not
yes, it's
getting
from No More
Christmas.
Lonely Nights. No More Lonely Nights, where Ringo's like in the front, like, oh, they're holding on to Ringo. They're
Oh,
afraid
now I remember. Yeah, I've seen that video.
we're gonna lose Richie. He's gonna go over the cliff.
What? I don't like Elton John.
I do.
Yeah, I bet old Kenny Michaels loves.
I don't
Come on,
remember
God,
asking him if he did or not.
I love Elton
Kind
John,
of
but
arbitrary comment.
the older Elton John is getting a little bit wearing on me. Everyone that gets too old after a while, it's like go retire. I don't know.
But you do like McCartney 3, though, right? You said.
Yeah, I do. It's just I'm like, if they said they were retiring tomorrow, it wouldn't hurt my feelings. I'm glad. I'll take the next 5 albums they come up with.
Yeah.
I think history. They also try to
Rock has
change
the best
history as
version.
time goes by too. They start giving interviews, and I'm like, well, I don't remember it like that, and yet they're telling stories now out of class, I guess.
You know, I have it on good authority that Ray really likes McCartney 3. I won't say who told me that.
I'll flick through it
I'll,
once.
I'll take McCartney 3 over Egypt Station, at least the
Oh,
first.
any
version.
day.
Absolutely.
Any day.
What about Itchy Bum?
Itchy
Don't you
Bum.
like Itchy Bum?
The only one I really don't like on that is that Boys one. What is it? Pretty Boys or
Young,
Pretty boys,
I like
yeah.
that song.
I can't listen to it.
no, it's a hard
There's
to
something about it. It's kind of creepy. I just don't like it.
Well, that's only about. I get it. I see what you're saying.
I'm just saying you can make it about whatever you want, but it's just a little creepy to me. So
I think it's fine.
I just
all these songs are creepy.
Here we go. Trying to give you some rope here.
the 9-minute one or whatever. I like that a lot. A lot of those I really enjoy.
I have no need for that, despite repeated warnings. Track.
Well, that's a big story about Mr. TRUMP.
Oh,
That's what it's about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He was talking about Richard Dolin was talking about freedom. So it's a tribute to the people of 9/11.
Well, it was.
It was.
It's awful. Here, look, if you've got a tribute like that, keep it in your back pocket.
well, I
Well,
think
what
that
if we had
Egypt
a 20
Station is
year gap?
overrated.
What, 20 years? I don't know. It's been 19 or 20 years since. So you're looking at it backwards. I guess in the time he wrote it, it meant
I could
something.
have written a better song than that.
Although I think there's there might be some soul in the song. I don't know, but I don't know.
There's
overall,
no
I think,
defending it, is there? There's no defending. It's no defending old wave. So this is lunacy, people making videos.
no, Old Wave.
Old Wave was a brilliant album.
No.
It's not.
I was the only one on there who said it wasn't good. Pretty much. Well, maybe me and Kit also.
I made my
Okay.
own Egypt station by taking the second half they came out with and replacing songs from the first half, and came up with a pretty damn good album after that.
Yeah.
It's like replacing the Yoko stuff. I'm sorry.
McCartney's Freedom was a cash grab.
That I don't know.
Well, everything's a cash grab.
You know,
No.
I people act like this is a new thing. Like you
Not a
know,
new
I
thing.
mean, Robert showed earlier. You know, Beatles had 3 albums on VJ that were exactly the same album, but nobody went, "Oh, cash grab."
Right.
Well, I think back then they were suing them, and they're trying to get as much money as possible out of the Beatles.
3 albums that are exactly the same album. Oh,
They figured they weren't going to last too long.
Look what they did with the Tony Sheridan stuff and the
Yeah.
Axl records and you had 4 different covers of the MGM stuff and
Cash grab.
Well, that's what I'm trying to tell people. I
Well,
hate
it
when there's like
wasn't
a new term that everybody latches onto and it becomes a new in vogue thing.
Yeah.
Cash grab. That's awesome, dude. Cash grab. It's like, cash grabs been going on since the beginning of business.
Yeah, I mean, business
Yeah, it's nothing
are in
new.
business to make money. I hate to say.
cash grab.
Yeah.
Cash grab.
Maybe it just took us 50 years to figure out, oh, that's a cash grab.
I'd like to find one of those.
By the way, it's not a cash grab. It's a cash give, by the way.
$100,000 gold certificate. Find me
Well,
one of
we're not just grabbing. We're just giving them the cash.
Yeah, they're grabbing your cash.
I got to pick the girlfriend up in 4 minutes.
4 minutes.
4 minutes.
Yeah,
You're gonna be
6:40.
late.
I got
But she's
6:40.
full.
I gotta leave.
I have
I
a
can leave
couple.
6:40.
These are still available. Just don't cash
Make
them
her
in.
wait.
That's nice.
Bruce Willis.
If you find these, don't cash them in. They're still legal tender.
Yeah.
But do not cash them in.
Well, I bet he likes showgirls.
Those are
My
real.
dad had a bar, and I got about 10 of these.
Well, the thing is, Paul's just going to do whatever's popular. It was popular to do that. If it was unpopular, believe me, he wouldn't have ever made a Probe song.
Right.
No.
As soon as I hated Paul's vocal, double track. Trying to read this different things that people say.
Well,
Favorite track, eh?
I repeated warning seems to
It's
be-
all wrong, by the way. in this
Sorry to
garbage.
hear that. That is your favorite track on that album.
Yeah.
Well,
But it's mostly
What was the single from that?
I think Tim said it wasn't part of the album originally.
My favorite part of that album is that little spinning sound you get when it's all over. That's my favorite part of that album.
You're on ag.
Yeah, or on vinyl. Yeah, that's good.
I've done that before where it didn't go
Your
on.
turntable's broken.
Hey, Robert, I know what you could do as a Christmas present to all vinyl nerds. You could make like a AA single of McCartney live in Rockdown, singing Lady Madonna, and also live with Chrissy Hines, the duet of the century. What? Oh, darling.
Now, let me ask Ray. While I have you here, which is a rare thing, let me ask you a question. I agree that those performances suck. They're embarrassing as hell, man. However, why focus on those? I mean, there are other ones that are pretty darn good.
That's where we're at now.
I didn't
That's
hear
where
him.
we're at now, isn't it?
Well, you just want to stir the pot.
No,
I get it, but it's something wrong.
What you've got to remember is you're all turning up like obedient servants to his gig, and you're being fooled by all kinds of different stuff. When he was on Oh Darling, he wasn't prepared, or the people didn't prepare the show properly, and you saw it falling apart. It was horrible.
I thought Oh Darling was horrible. I thought Oh Darling was horrible. Yeah. Absolutely.
Because he didn't have the usual crew to help him through it. And that black bloke turned up late. He was furious.
Been a
Chrissy
little
Hine
rest.
was
He did
like
better
his-
next time.
Yeah, the show was very good at MetLife Stadium that I saw in June. I was very pleasantly surprised. Better than he was in 2017 when I saw him before, personally. I
They
think.
played Elton's last track over here, his last show or whatever that he did, and it sounded pretty good for what he did. But when he was on that, when they were all locked up or whatever, he did a song there, like in the garden. Oh, it was like ear.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, I remember that.
It was
Creepy.
terrible.
And yes, McCartney was horrible too on what
Yeah,
was
they
it?
both were. But
Yeah, that
Oh, yeah.
that thing. Yeah, the virtual
Right.
thing. Yeah, that
And
was
and I
horrible.
thought, my
That
God,
was
I
the
never
worst
want to.
thing I've ever heard him do.
But when he did his last show, he must have rested his voice, and he did much better. But when I heard that, I was in the other room. I'm like, who the hell's singing that Elton John song? And I look at, oh my God, that's some old lady in a dress. I don't know what it was, but it sounded terrible. A cat was screeching, and I said, well, I hope he gives it up. Well, he rested his voice another year or whatever, and he went on tour, his last one, and he did a good job now. But I'm like, that was terrible for that live show or whatever they did. That was bad. It's like watching Phil Collins, though, too, the last year where he's darn near in a wheelchair on the stage trying to
Oh,
sing,
that's
head down. I mean, it's just sad sometimes. I'm like, give it up.
He thinks it was
I was
edited.
just gonna talk about Glastonbury. That was fine. I mean, there was, I thought that was pretty impressive. I don't know if they did anything with it, like
I haven't-
Barney's suggesting, but
Maybe they used tape loops, pre-recorded stuff.
No, they used very loud drumming.
I'll even give you this on that new documentary that Abby wrote. If These Walls Could Sing, even Paul's speaking voice is now better. I don't know if people pick up on this stuff, but I've
I
noticed.
noticed that.
Yeah, for the last 10 years, it's getting. It was like it was really bad. Speaking voice is even better. I mean, you just call it as you see it.
No,
Some
they're
people want
just
to say, "Oh,
using a
you're always
vote
defending."
loader. Like, if he was singing, they're doing it with his voice. So have you seen? They're going to do a new Indiana Jones film, and they've youngstified Harrison Ford like they've done with Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible. You see, what they're just fucking around with everything now. Excuse my French, but it's they can fiddle with everything, and they're fiddling with his voice. Because if you heard him down the cake shop, he'd be saying, "Can I have my buns now?"
Oh, I don't know about that.
Maybe they're shooting him in the larynx with special
I was
sauce.
going to say that. The injection.
Man,
Why
Jack-
weren't they fooling with his voice during other things? I saw him sound
Listen.
horrible other times. Maybe he just did some, got some treatment. Maybe I
His
don't know.
his speaking voice has been bad for a long time. On the McCartney
I've said
video
to you-
collection, if you watch the
It's-
videos, he does
Right.
a commentary on some of them, and his voice on
Right.
that, and that was quite a while ago.
Right. Magical Mystery Tour also.
Speak up, Paul.
But he doesn't. But the fact is, he doesn't sound like
sounds
that
okay
for whatever
on-
reation anymore.
his worst voice is better than mine, so
Yeah.
I can't sing for a
But
But
pig.
people don't want their narrative to be ruined. They want to keep pounding home that thing for whatever the reason. A psychiatrist can find out. I can't answer that. I don't know why people want to like.
Well, I'll tell you, part of it is a lot of people is going because Paul McCartney's doing a gig, and I know people who just go to gigs every week. They don't care who it is. It's this person, and they just go all the time, every bloody week. What did you do? Oh, I went to see the Thompsons. I went to see Nick Kershaw, and you think, oh right, and you get a lot of these people. Plus, you also get, I've heard of Paul McCartney. And it's like I thought, if I was going to go and see Bruce Springsteen tomorrow, I would think, oh, yeah, Bruce Springsteen dancing in the dark. And I'd expect to see that geezer on the stage. I have subsequently found out that he looks ridiculous on the stage now. But I would think that I was going to see a living legend. And you're not. When you get there, you realise, hang on, I've been stung.
When have you seen Paul live in the last 30 years? 20 years? Have you seen him? I mean,
No.
have you seen him? Actually?
I've got no interest in seeing him.
Well, then don't go around saying what everybody else is faking. They're going in and they don't enjoy it, and they're just saying, and they're going because there's people having a great time. And
Listen,
I've said
I've been to gigs before. I've been to
to Glastonbury, and I've been to Nebworth and Reading, and I'll tell you what, I've had some great times there, and the music makes a lot of difference because you're usually stoned. But when
Well,
you
there
get
you go.
away from the place, if I watch those things back now, I'd think, oh, was that it? But you had to be there at the time, and a lot of these people that go to gigs think, yeah, I saw McCartney. Was he any good? Not really, but I mean, it was just
Some
such a
people
great
thought he's
night.
very good. Some people thought he was lousy. Some people thought he was good. I've always been honest. I've seen things where I say he doesn't sound too good. I've seen things where I say this one was good. That one wasn't good. I mean, I'm honest. What can I tell you? You know, other people might not be. I don't know what to tell you. But people like you just want to just kind of like your job is to just hate and to just bash everything because that's your
It's
shtick.
not. Do you know
Suck
what?
the joy out
I've
of it,
said
right?
it before. I've said it before that you lot have driven me to this level. You
Yeah.
have.
Why don't you do
know
something
what?
else?
I've got to tell you. I want to tell you something tragic. It's a really sad story.
I said I had to
thought
go
one-
at 6:40, at 6:45. I don't really think I'm leaving because I can't take it.
Well-
I'll take you on any time you want, bud.
No, I'm telling you, I was there when I was 15 and 16. For one day, I'll have a Beatle friend, and I tried to make my mate Jezard. I'll give him records even. I said, "Go listen to that," and he'd get into it. But you know, he was too much a contemporary man at the end of the day. But I thought one day I'll be in a room full of Beatle fans. My first experience was the Abbey Road studio, and I thought, ain't very nice being around these people. and then years later, I'm online, you know, after sort of a low level Beatles McCartney thing for the last 20 God years. And then all of a sudden I'm online and I see these videos and I think, yeah, I want to talk about Paul McCartney. It's part of my life and the Beatles. So I didn't start off with the wrong thing, but I did think, well, I want to talk about Pipes of Peace because it has become a bit of a laughable album. And even now, I laugh at this album. Every single song, I think. And that's it. That's it. But you look, you with all your, oh yeah, this is the best album ever, press to play, and all this nonsense.
me.
This
Not
is
me.
lunacy.
Not me either.
I've gotten to many things with my friend Ken.
Yeah, you end up agreeing with them though. Oh yeah, well
Just look,
actually
I'm not gonna look. You're full of crap, okay? You're full of it. You don't watch the damn shows all the way through. Me and him have disagreed plenty of times. Don't lump me in with the rest of these people, okay? Just don't.
Who did I say your name? Did I say your name?
Yeah, you've done. Yeah, you have. Yeah.
You shouldn't be getting stressed out like that because you know what happened earlier on.
Look at this. Wasn't that had nothing to do with number one? Had nothing to do with stress. Number two, the smile is here wider than the Grand Canyon on my face.
Relax.
I don't know what you're talking about. By the way, I told you I had to go 6:40. This ain't pressure. It's 6:47. Now she'll have to wait 5 or 10 minutes to pick her up. But we're gonna go. It's been a lot of fun.
Just tell her to get a yellow cab.
Or sometimes she takes an Uber. If you know, it is what it is. But it's always fun going back with you, Ray. So until next time, I'll say hello to everybody next time, and for now, goodbye. Okay.
So long,
See
Joe.
ya.
Bye. Poof. Thank you. Hey, Brad, we got a square for you.
You may end up with two. My wife was just yelling at me.
Uh-oh.
Oh, now we can get Beetle Brad up here.
He's not watching Wood Girl.
No.
Get Martin McGrath up here.
She wanted me to go on Amazon and get some things ordered for her that I promised her I would do.
Uh-oh.
No, you're not going. You can't leave.
I was so busy making pies and cakes and whipped creams and things this afternoon. And my daughter was with me this morning, and she's about almost 39. She was born December 23rd. And she was showing me on YouTube all the new bands and things that she likes, you know. And I can only maybe name one or two. But the thing was, I'm like, well, that's not bad. That's not, you know, she's trying to like educate me of what the between 20 and 40-year-olds are listening to, I guess, these days. Because I went through the 90s with her, and I like a lot of, you know, some of that stuff that I heard back then. Weezer's the one I think I like the best. I got like every album they have,
Weezer's good.
things like that. But
Hello, Paul.
Hello, Paul.
you know, like OK Computer. I picked up a lot in the '80s that I enjoyed. It. Some in the 90s,
Radiohead.
Radiohead, but I really found anything a lot since then. Well, she was showing me a whole bunch of stuff that I'm thinking, all right, I'm going to start picking up some of this, and maybe I'll share it later with, like you've been doing yours, Rob. You know, with all your obscure stuff, and it's like, okay, I've never heard that before. Never heard that before. She turned me on to some good stuff and some pretty dark stuff, but they're like some of that dark, you know, like, you know, I call it suicide music. I don't know what you call it. Whether these lyrics sound bad, yeah, depressing, but a lot of it was really good. I was really surprised. And some of you, I know you've heard over the years, various ones, but I can't remember the one.
Trendy dad, eh?
Mick Alba, I can't remember her name. Lizzie Mick Alpine. Lizzie Mick Alpine. She was good. There was a couple others, but yeah, I can't remember them all. But I'm like, I'm learning.
Yeah, listen, Robert, none of us people are into new music.
Well, there's just start looking. There is good things out there to see other than the BATLSs, you know.
The Midnight Callers.
Well,
The Airport 77s.
Ripweeds.
They're not bad.
Mind
There's
reader.
other music. I mean, there's some good, really thoughtful lyrics out there and good music. Not necessarily all.
Vampire Weekend.
It's not all poppy either. Trust me. It's some of it was pretty good.
Dua Lipa.
I'll try them. I wish I had the list my daughter showed me today. The stuff my daughter showed me, some of it was fantastic, and some of it
Michael
was
McDonald doing Motown.
How do you do FitToBe TieDyed? Where's it snowing?
Hi, Paul.
Sorry, what was that?
I said, where's it snowing?
Well, here in BC it is, yeah.
All around him.
Yeah.
What?
We normally don't get a lot of
Columbia?
snow here, but we're
Snow's
getting a lot
all
of
around.
it.
Yeah, but Julian
I live
Lennon's
in
not new.
Toronto.
I'm talking new stuff. I'm not talking
I
Julian.
can send you some
Okay.
snow, some BC snow if you want some.
Yeah.
No,
Be
don't send
nice.
it this way.
We had a dusting today, but not enough to cry
Yeah.
about.
Yeah, it's been coming down pretty heavy here. Pretty well for the last 24 hours, probably.
Ooh,
I don't think we're going to get anything heavy until after January. I think January we'll have some, but right now it looks like the rest of December is pretty clear for us. Think.
We usually have a green Christmas anyway.
Yeah, I'm praying because I'm leaving 2 days after Christmas for a week and a half.
Oh, in the
Rob.
islands.
Huh?
In the islands. In the islands.
No,
I know I don't know what he's
Trump
talking to.
over
You
here.
or Paul? I didn't know if you're talking. I got no islands near me.
Oh,
Going down
I'm
to
left
Alabama.
of you.
I'm going down to Alabama.
I live on an island.
Alabama,
Paul-
what are we doing over
Robert, that's
there?
some Alabama music for you, Robert.
I do not like their music. I mean, nothing personal. I just, there's
You
There
own
you go.
slaves?
Alabama for Alabama.
I got some Alabama. I'm talking about if you go down, like
41
down
number one
south,
hits.
down south. I can't even understand them. Sometimes they talk so southern. They do. They just talk with such a drawl. My son-in-law's hard to understand sometimes, but I get it.
You should go to Ireland.
Ever try to talk to somebody from Newfoundland?
No,
They got their own thing going on there, I got to tell you.
when I hear that, like, what do you call it? That's I don't know if it's Scotland or wherever. They're just I can't even understand them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, English is
I don't
one.
know how they understand each other.
17 degrees here. Oh, that sounds nice.
I can't do that accent. Even try to emulate.
What do you want? What do you want?
Can you do that, Ray?
What's
A
that?
real heavy Irish broker or whatever they call that, like a real Scotland.
Oh yeah. Well, I can
Manchester or
do an American doing Irish brogue.
Okay.
Like Tom Cruise on Far and Away. Oh, what are you doing up at the big house? To be sure.
They do it so I can't even understand what they're saying half the time when they're talking. It's okay. They can't understand us sometimes. I've had people
Well,
down
I'll tell
south
you
say
what.
we have an accent.
Can I just tell you that North Americans and Canadians cannot do anybody from the British Isles. They can't do Welsh. They can't do English, they can't do Scottish, they can't do Irish. Even if they've got Irish extraction or Scottish, they still fuck it all up.
Well,
It
that's
sounds
not
awful.
actually true, Ray. That's not actually true. We can
No,
do them
come
all.
on.
It's just we want to do.
And
We
don't-
can do them all. We just sit there and think, why the hell would we?
Exactly.
Well, look
I
at John
bet people
Barron
now
when he
say
can't,
I have the
he
accent.
can't decide. One day he's Scottish, the next day he's Mr. Americano.
Well, I've heard bad Italian accents, all kinds of stuff. These actors do all kinds of stuff.
Hmm.
But I don't attempt it.
And then you had some
Who was
Burger
it who
King
said the other
drive-thru.
day who kept saying Giles Martin all the time? Oh, it was Michael Norland. Giles
Giles.
Martin.
Yeah.
Giles Martin.
Stick a U in there or something.
I thought, fair
They
enough.
go all
Get
Van
away with
Dyke.
it once.
Dick Van Dyke.
Yeah. It's a jolly holiday with Mary.
Oh, that was a horrible accent.
I know. I think that's where it came from.
That's okay though. I like that movie.
Well, yeah, but Dick Van Dyke's accent was terrible.
I know, but when I was 6, I didn't know the difference.
Yeah, we didn't know any better.
No, of course not.
Yeah, but you know it now.
Yeah, but what choice do I have?
No.
Maybe
Oh,
Peter
he can
Jackson
redo
can
it.
fix
He's
it.
He's only 100. He can redo it.
Oh, you got the McCartney box.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, that's not it. No.
Yeah. Made
Knock
in
off.
Canada.
Don't make me out.
Cool crates.
Those were made in Canada. I was really surprised. Ontario.
Looks like really cheap plastic. Hate
Yeah,
it.
just put in your local Value Village. They're only $1.99.
Oh, it's too
So what are you
much.
gonna do with those?
Too much.
You gonna build a tree house out of those, or what are you gonna do with them?
Oh, I've got all the colors.
One man's garbage, another man's treasure.
Yeah.
I actually need a blue one, Paul. I'm going to make a little tiny blue album set out of the blue one.
Yeah. I hope they all fit. Yeah.
I'm gonna
You gotta have your CDs color coordinated.
I'm gonna have the Beatles collection written on one side in white, have it all engraved in there, and I'm gonna make a special setup just for that. Just for me.
The next time you see this, it'll be all gussied up.
Well, you saw my Frank set, right?
Yep.
Paul? I know these guys did.
I
Yes.
no, I didn't.
You didn't see the Frank set? I'll bore him one last time.
Stay tuned.
Did he make it himself? I
Yes.
thought he'd quit doing all that.
Who?
You.
I make stuff from
Talking
my.
about you.
I make stuff from my. I made this out of that.
Oh,
'Cause I made the whole Frank set, and I'm thinking, what am I going to do with it? And, I got the albums.
yeah.
I said, what am I going to do? How am I going to display it?
Little jewel case.
I don't like jewel cases. Anyway, and then I had my brother. He has a laser machine that laser prints into wood.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I just glued them on each side. Like that's the same basic design those are. And I just put all of his Capital stuff in this one. And then I've got another one right there. That's a 42 reprise albums in another one. So I've got the reprise and the Capital or
Very
reprise
nice.
or whatever you want to call it. And so I have my own set. Although that makes a pretty sturdy little set. You can't really destroy this. This is what's nice. It holds, I think, 12 CDs in jewel cases and or about 25 or more of these. So
Nice.
it came out nice. And I was mentioning to Doc and other people that I was looking for them, and lo and behold, Doc found some.
Lo and behold,
I haven't been able to find them anywhere.
it's a
So
Christmas miracle.
Where do you find things like that?
Or the cool crates.
Yeah.
I found them in Value Village.
And there's the section. So that's
The
all.
Daller store. You got to go to the Daller store.
All 42 albums,
Victor Value.
2 CDs on each in each case. There's 42 of them in here,
That's a lot.
and I had to.
Oh,
Now I'm going to make a blue set. Well, anyways, I'm out of my. Now I'm looking for the Tijuana brass collections. I've made the cream one. I made the whipped cream one, and I made one other one, but I'm trying to find them. They came in digipacks. It's called the Signature Series, and they are not cheap if you find them. They can run anywhere from 10 to 40 bucks, 45, 50 bucks a piece. And of course, I don't want to pay that. I'm going to try to find them.
Nobody
then-
wants to pay anything.
Free methods.
Pardon me?
Free methods of getting the music.
Well, I know there is, but I don't mind the packaging. But what I'll do then is take whatever they have, and I'll use what they have as booklets and CDs, and make my own packaging to match it, and make my
Yeah,
own
but
little.
you know
set
you
there.
can get the free artwork with this stuff now, can't you?
Look, I'm not a cheapskate.
Alright.
I just
It's all
I can
right.
download. I have a hard drive over here with 25,000 albums on it. I downloaded from FLAC files. Yeah, I have it if you want it.
He's a frugal artist.
If I think it's worth the effort, I will pay the artist. But if it's something really cheesy like Ringo, 4 different CDs at 15 bucks a piece, I'm not going to buy it. I'll make my own.
Or get some Disney treasures.
And that's beautiful. When I owned them, I enjoyed them.
I don't want the Zorro one though.
It's like the new single set that just came out of Paul's. We were able to find it, and I don't know what the source was from. I'm assuming they're from an original source. All downloaded, and you can have all 59, 150, was it 159 tracks?
Right.
Whatever it is, all on FLAC, and I think it's 26.94 or whatever it is. And
Yeah, but that's illegal, Robert.
well,
Since when did that stop anyone?
I'm not saying it, but
You'll never catch me with that stuff.
okay. I downloaded it, I listened to it, and if I feel that it was good enough
Exactly.
quality, I would go pay the $600 to buy one. Trouble is, I saw on eBay, they're now up to $1,200. These guys are nuts. $1,200. I saw a guy on eBay selling an 8 CD set he made from those for $64.
Oh,
And
see,
you
that's
know-
what you would. That's what you would want. Like that makes sense to me.
But it's basically 10 times less. But he made, and he makes, they're all printed CDs and everything. They're not silver, but they're he did a really nice job. But if that's what you want and you can't do it yourself, it's worth having, I guess. They do
$64.
sound good. Have you listened to any, Paul?
Just some of the early stuff. Yeah, no, they're not bad. They do.
They
sound
do
pretty good,
sound
yeah.
well. A lot of them are say 2022 remixes, 2014.
I mean, theoretically, they sound good because I wouldn't do that. But theoretically, yeah, they sound good.
Well, theoretically, I did download it and listen. You can listen to it on Spotify, so I don't know what the difference if you download it and save it and listen to it.
That's
or
the same thing.
They don't charge you on Spotify to listen to
It's
it.
digital. It stays the same no matter where it comes from.
You just have to put up with their commercials.
Oh,
Every 5th song, there's a commercial.
Yeah.
But
we can
I
fix
can see if you didn't have any singles at all and you were just starting collecting McCartney and you loved it, it would be worth your money at $7.50 each disc.
I don't want Sea Moon 3 times.
Yeah, when you figured out what the cost was per record, it wasn't that bad a price, really.
Right.
And then if you have to buy the originals in mint shape, go find them in mint shape with the proper.
Yeah, with picture sleeves. I mean,
And a
good
crate.
luck.
And a book.
Even if you do get Sea Moon 3 or 4 times.
About 25% don't exist. So you could only get like
That's true.
75% originals anyway.
That's true.
How many
I'm glad they did what they did because now I supposedly have.
we all stand together.
Theoretically.
Allegedly.
Theoretically, I have them.
Now you have the opportunity to hear it.
At least hear it, yes. Now, if those people could theoretically put out all the artwork on a little PDF or something, would be nice.
That'll never happen.
So I could.
Well, you
watch.
never know. Just wait. Somebody will do
Never
it.
say never.
I don't know.
The Revolver book that came with the set, the 100-page book, someone put out in a PDF, and I did get that. That's cool to be able to read.
Theoretically, you got it.
Well, no, I do have it.
Yeah,
Come get me.
I'm waiting for that Fab 4 Heart to be found someplace, and
Rob's got his John Fetterman outfit. Oh, don't know. Okay. Someone's making fun of either me or the other guy. I'll take it off. I was cooking all day and my shirt's a mess. That's why I put it on.
I got nothing under here, so
This isn't revolver junk, is it?
I was out shoveling snow, got some fresh air, and all I want to do is have a nap. Well, I was fighting the flu all week, so I was feeling crappy all week with the flu. So
yeah, so like I think I'll go out and shovel snow. How much snow? Like how many?
It's pretty deep. Yeah, we probably have 4 or 5 inches.
Ooh.
Yeah, but it's like it's not wet for a change, which is nice because so it's easy to shovel it, right?
It's easier to shovel.
Yeah, pretty dry.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's
the best snow. You can sweep it.
Well, what I have done, I get my leaf blower and I just go out and blow it off the cars.
Yeah, that'll work. Yep. What fun! You blow it all to your neighbors.
Exactly.
It's a Christmas miracle.
And he blows it back, and we just sit out there all day blowing snow.
That's a video.
Robert P's turned into Rubber Soul.
I know.
Blow it into the street.
Yeah, I guess. Okay.
I hate when my neighbors throw their snow out in the street.
What? Pete O'Brien is poolside. What?
Poolside?
Brad lives in the tropics.
Oh,
What's he do? Sitting beside his bathtub?
Likely. With a tropical drink in hand by the bathtub. Yeah.
He's at the pool, the billiard parlor down the street.
Yeah.
So what are you guys doing for Christmas? Any plans?
Well, putting things up, I suppose. Taking things down.
Putting things up your nose, did you say? Did you say you're putting things up your nose?
No, listen. What I really want to do, actually doing nothing, but what I really want to do is make my own mince pies. It's a dream of mine. Yeah.
Mint
But
pie.
I think I'm going to screw it up.
Any special ingredients in that pie?
Well, no. What I'm more worried about is the food coloring.
I'd say green.
Well, some people have told me to use things like soy sauce and caramel or whatever, and no, it's not. It's one of those ingredients that you have to get at the foothills of the Himalayas. It's quite awkward because it does give it a nice taste.
Yeah, well, that's quite a trip to go get the correct ingredients.
Well, this is it. I mean, Sainsbury's and Asda can afford this ingredient. I can't. That's the thing.
So, maybe
Do
booking
you
a
get Christmas
flight
pudding out
away.
there? You get Christmas pudding.
Yeah, well, my
It takes like
mom
2
used
weeks to
make it.
make one of those things. I don't know who makes those.
No, listen. Let's just get one thing straight. There is Christmas cake and Christmas pudding. Don't get
Well,
the
it's
two muddled
actually
up.
plum. It's
Right.
actually plum pudding, isn't it? That's what my
Well,
We don't want
no,
fruit-
that's
we don't want
that's
fruitcakes.
Charles Dickens.
Well, I know that
See,
plum
this is-
pudding, whatever it is, that takes like a week or 2 weeks to make properly.
Yeah. No, this is what you've got to do. You've got to leave it for a bit, because and also
Yeah.
you can eat. I've got Christmas pudding in my cupboard, which is 6 years old, at least.
That's what I've heard. It'll last
I'm
forever.
going to pour some sherry over it, brandy or whatever, and set fire to it. Cover it with cream and tuck it. It don't matter. Yeah.
And you can make chickpea cream. No, except for don't put them.
Back to that.
Hey, hang on.
What's your favourite track on Rubber Soul? English version, please. Let's talk English versions. Doc,
Pudding
come on.
is.
Baby, you can drive my car.
Mhm.
You look
Don't like
like that sort of bloke.
I would say mine is Tomorrow Never Knows.
Ah, that's the wrong album. Rubber Soul,
Soul.
I says.
Oh, Rubber Soul. Sorry.
Oh, God. No, I'm not talking about
Probably,
just because everyone else is.
Probably In My Life. I like that song.
It's a good choice.
Of course, it's a good choice. I wouldn't choose a bad one.
I want to eat it. I want to show it to him.
Well, it's a bit obvious. That's the problem.
Well, what Beatles song isn't obvious?
No, that's the problem. That's where we are, though. We don't want to say the obvious. We want to say the shit inner light, don't we? Well, I'm not like that.
It wasn't in there.
This is
that whipped cream.
the chickpea whipped cream that I made.
Oh, no.
And what I'm saying is it tastes like lemon chiffon, and that's just from about 3 or 4 ounces of the chickpea juice out of the can. Just keep whipping it. It becomes like egg white.
Robert, that's had a
food
long
processor?
way. That's had a long journey from Hubris, hasn't it?
That tastes just like a lemon chiffon, because I made it taste like that. But I'm just saying.
Whipped Cream and Other Delights by Robert
The
P.
chickpeas are just incidental then.
Oh,
Just
you
make you feel
drain
bad.
it in the chickpeas. You use the aquafaba from that, and you keep whipping it. You add a little powdered sugar, a little lemon, a little bit of vanilla, and you keep doing it until like 20, 15 minutes later, it makes like 10 times fold of whipped cream, and it lasts about a week. And it's very low calorie and it's sugar, and it tastes like a lemon chiffon.
Really?
We're trying to pass on some
the recipe.
non-beetle helpful tips. There you go. And I'd eat the whole thing, but I can't. But it's very good. That's what I was doing before I came on. I got my shirt like sort of dirty because I'm throwing around stuff. And next thing you know, it's like I got to put this on. Somebody was making fun of me over there.
Well, I'm glad you dressed up for us.
Well, this jacket's probably older than the Jack's kid that was on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure we all have clothes that are probably at least 15 years old.
It's a Value Village and Savers and all those. That's where I got the shirt.
They last longer if you don't wash them.
Well, it's where you hang them up.
You pretend I went to Disney World and all I have to do is go to Savers and go, I'll take it. Yep, I've been to Orlando, yes.
There's too many people already doing things.
TieDyed. Listen, I've got some very important news for you. I was well, this come my way, you know, I didn't look for it, but Patty Boyd got in touch with me and she said she's going to be at the Beatle Fest this year. She's the star in Pull, and I thought, well, perhaps, you know, you're interested in that world of all things must pass and the tragedy and trauma involved. Perhaps you might want to go yourself, talk to the lady.
No.
All I know, I've watched people put records in ovens.
I'd go if Bobby Whitlock was going to be there, I'd go.
Can you imagine Bobby Whitlock looking around all confused? Go. Come here, Bobby. Bobby, come here. It's got that bad, though, hasn't it? It has got that bad. Even Billy J. Kramer's not showing up next time, though. They couldn't get him. He says, enough's enough. I've got my pride to think of.
Hey, Richard wants to
I
see the
don't
wall.
see it in my future.
Oh, here he is. You better let that man up.
There's Big Dick. Hey, Big Dick.
And one day I'm going to make puffy tacos on this stream live.
Yeah.
I've been learning how to make puffy tacos.
Yeah.
I'm
Homemade.
tired of paying $5 a piece for them.
That's going to be a monumental video.
I'm going to try. Not till I get.
Viral and everything. You use some of your chickpea stuff to put it.
Well, that's hard.
You don't put that in a taco.
It's just where you're making something out of something you normally would have thrown away. It's just to me, it's a good thing.
Recycling in the best form. Yes.
I would never have thought to make something out of that.
Well, neither did I, but I saw it online, and so I tried it, and it worked. And I'm like, I'm a diabetic too, so I have to try to find things I can eat that have, a third of the sugar, if not even a quarter, and still tastes decently. So, and then you go to buy it. Maybe you've had Cool Whip in your life or something similar. Maybe you haven't, right? Those things are like $2 to $4 for a little tub of Cool Whip. That thing costs.
Put that in a pie shell. See what happens.
Well, that's the thing. If the only way to get that to stiffen up a little bit is to put a thing of condensed cream with it, like condensed milk.
Like Eagle brand or something.
Yeah, condensed, so it's sweetened, and you mix that with it, and then you stir it up and a little flavoring, and it would become like a pie crust. Yes, you could do that.
I know, Richard.
Well, you could skip the.
I've got all my squares full.
Stuff.
Well, the chickpea stuff replaces the whip, the Cool Whip in that recipe. That's all it's doing. It's replacing Cool Whip.
Yeah.
It's a non.
Why are we talking about this bloody chickpea shit?
Because I was trying to make a point. There's other things to talk about in life. And before I came on,
but listen,
I was busy.
What about this one then? What about this one? When I asked you earlier about the single, you could do it, or the CD.
No, I don't even know the music. I've never heard it.
Well, you can download it off
I'm
bloody
sure I
YouTube.
do. I could download it. I'm sure.
I told you. Didn't I tell you American people do shitty accent? You turn into a pirate in a minute.
That's why I did it, Ray. Ray, I did it because of you. I'm not making fun of you. I can't do any better.
Yes. You can't
We need Richard up here.
It didn't quite work.
I just I don't download.
Now we got the dog burger.
Let me have 3 cigarettes, and then I can maybe do that. Make it better. Right.
If Richard wants to come up, I'll get off. You want Richard up here, Doc? He says there's not enough room.
I
know.
I don't even. I like seeing Paul. Hi, Paul. I haven't seen Paul in a while.
Listen, I can't be the sacrificial lamb because I need to speak to Richie Dolin. It's important. Now, Tim, no, Robert S., you ain't said nothing for about 2 hours.
No, wait a
minute. I'm saying you could be one of the suspects here, but also I'm going to say, Tim Allen, you haven't really put any input into it. And Doc, you haven't really said anything much either. So one of you 3 can go.
Yeah. See you later, Doc.
I'm just left speechless by the things
leave
you
him
said.
there.
Yeah.
Leave him there.
Yeah.
It's impolite. Please stay there. Everybody.
Adios. I've had enough of Ray. I'm out of here.
I've got a better idea, Doc.
This is what happens when five adults and one. This is what happens when 5 adults and 1 Ray can't come up with something to talk about.
I'm gonna go make some whipped cream.
I didn't want it going into this subject because
I just saw with this economy we can learn how to make things out of stuff we throw away.
Can I ask you a question?
Listen, sounds good. I'm gonna try it.
I know Americans are really good at cereals. Now,
just look up aquafaba whipped cream online. It's AQ.
No, listen. I don't multi Cheerios, nothing like that. But I want something which tastes sugary but isn't sugary. Now, I was in Frosties.
Cheerios.
No.
I don't like the shape of them. They're too American shape. I want something, tastes good, looks flaky.
Sorry, Robert. Sorry, Robert.
Hey, look, he fell on his sword.
Oh, I like fella. He does a good job.
I feel bad.
I tried a cereal combination that almost ripped off the top of my mouth last week. I bought these oat squares they're little oat squares, they're called, by Quaker Oat.
Quaker.
They're very hard. They're like little squares along with grape nuts, the combination, and it just tore me up.
Yeah, you accidentally hit leave. Oh.
Yeah.
But wait, we have a replacement.
Oh.
Well, now my wife has told me I have to go.
Look, it's the Scarecrow from The Wizard of Oz.
I saw my friend Ray. I saw my friend Ray up here, and I
got that one. Fit to be tied.
I figured I should come in and cause some trouble.
Oh,
Have you been drinking?
Somebody should.
No, but I'm about to get drunk here in a little bit. So
What are you drinking?
How are we going to know?
Ben Adams, Sam Adams.
Yeah, there's no difference.
And even if you were, why would you advertise it? I don't understand that.
Well, Ray asked, so.
Oh, okay. Just wondering.
Richie, you getting the box set for Christmas?
What box set?
McCartney singles.
Well, you know which one.
The $15,000, but no, I'm not getting them. No, I didn't get that box set. No, not too expensive for me.
Paul McCartney.
Yeah, only $611.
I should have bought it and then sold it for $1,200 the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah, next thing will be $1,200.
Oh, it's already up to $2,000. I don't know if they're selling them. I saw them.
Well, remember,
Are you kidding me?
I've
They're
got the
already
online
gouging
version of the box set.
aftermarket. Well, what was it originally?
$675 or $625 or something. I don't know.
$611.
But I've seen them
Well, there's
anywhere
a
up
lot
to
of Apple
$1,700 to $2,000 for sale. Like, whole row. It's crazy.
Blood-sucking pirates get their hands on them, and that's,
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have bought one and tried to resell it, but
Listen, you know that the COVID and everything and the backlash with all that, and you heard about Record Store Day, what a disaster it was for everyone. No one could get anything, could they? It was broken hearts all round. I felt really bad. People were after old wave desperately.
Yeah.
a horrible
No, they
album.
I couldn't get it. I'm sorry. I tried, but I got to front of the queue. Somebody got there right in front of me.
but why did you want it? To sell
Exactly.
it?
What's happening to people that they've got to queue up overnight for a shit album like that? It just don't make sense.
It's never been out, and you want to complete.
Ray, you can have mine. It's only been played twice.
Well, listen. I always thought it was about the music. It's nice to look at the pictures, but you can print the pictures off. God, hey?
So what did you want to talk to me about?
I have got a deal for you people. Richie, you can give me £100 and you can have the online version of McCartney single box with art.
Yeah, but then I wouldn't have all the pretty pictures. I wouldn't have all the pretty picture sleeves. That's what the people pay.
Oh no, I've got the pretty picture sleeves all printed out. 1,500 by 1,500. Yes. Printable, t-shirtable.
Are you trying to make a $900 profit on me, Ray?
I'm like a poor man's Robert P.
Those to a friend accidentally.
But I've got the artistic flair, so don't worry about that.
Yeah. I've been watching your playback to your live streams. Are pretty good. You've been pretty good lately.
Well, what was I talking about last?
I like that the McCartney and the Lennon 50 worst songs. That was pretty good.
Oh yeah, it got interrupted because my battery run dead. But I had a few more tracks. I did have a few more tracks. But it was. I mean, I couldn't pick Ringo and George because there's just so much. It's what kind of an album do you want? A bland album? A really? Listen to it.
Nobody wants to bland.
TieDyed will agree with me. It's a bottomless pit with bad solo songs. Bottomless pit. What is the bottom line? What is the worst? I mean, you can say, "Oh, everybody bogey," but it's not. There's a lot worse than that. There's songs on Press to Play that are still being. People haven't found them yet. They're so bad. They're on there somewhere, but people never really listen to the album, do they?
Can't get by side one on that album.
I know it's after track one. That was it. I just switched it off. I'd never listened to it again for 30 years until I had to do it for research purposes, and it didn't improve at all.
You should have put it beside your Christmas pudding.
Oh, yeah.
I almost got blocked from Mayo's last night, Ray. Did you see
What was
that?
he up to?
Because I was just trying to get him to admit he doesn't like Paul. He didn't like a.
Well, I was on John's side at the moment. I don't know. It's difficult to say, isn't it? Because he seems to be on John's side, doesn't he? He's getting all snappy
he
earlier.
definitely
Saying,
Is this important that you're on one side or the other?
Yeah, it's very important because you got to be on the right one.
a very Christmassy message here. You see, oh, Batman, yeah, that's good.
Batman has to put your cover.
I was trying to get it. My camera sucks sometimes. Holy butcher, Batman.
Yeah.
That was a good picture.
Well, I'm going to go have a nap, or I'm going to accidentally leave the studio, one or the other here.
Well,
I'm not worried about
having you on, Paul.
I'm thinking about accidentally leaving as well.
Uh-oh.
I'm not worried about people blocking. I don't worry about people blocking me. I'm not worried about people blocking me anymore, because I know how to make fake accounts now. So
that's not.
Anybody block me, I'll get back. I'll get back in.
I found that the other.
Well, that's sweet.
Oh, there you go.
That's sweet.
Beautiful screensaver.
Yeah.
Showing you true colours there, Robert P. And I
I've got
totally
nothing to
agree with
hide.
you.
I've got nothing to hide.
Oh, Lord.
I am
Well,
a conservative.
you guys all have a Merry Christmas if we don't see
Thank
you before
you.
then.
Same to you.
Yeah, you have a nice
The baby
evening.
has a Merry Christmas.
Enjoy the snow.
Yeah,
That was my first daughter in 1983, born December 23rd.
Oh, there you go. Oh, that's my brother's birthday.
They delivered her in a stocking.
Oh yeah, I suppose, yeah.
Came out in her own stocking.
Now she's 30. Now she's going to be